Where's the entrance? The entrance. The entrance.
I don't know. The normal entrance, I don't know, but this is alright. Yeah, I just know how to come in here with us, you know, I don't know how to.
My name is Lieutenant Anderson. Who are you?
Were you back there with us? Were you back there with us or no?
Yes.
You was back there with us?
I'm asking you, who are you?
I'm a friend, a close friend.
Unless you're a relation, you know, you're not allowed. You're not a veteran.
Understood. Okay, thank you for letting me know. But bring the attitude down because he was about to come. And I was the one who saved him from the roof. So bring your attitude down,
sir,
and give me a better attitude. Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Welcome to another episode of The People's Podcast TV. Before we do anything, as you may know, number one rule, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Pull up to Twitch, Eli the People's Guy. Pull up to WhatsApp so you can get notified on any prior videos. A heads up. WhatsApp, please pull up to WhatsApp, Eli and Zay TV, and show us some love. Don't forget, Zay TV on YouTube, and show us some love. Welcome to another episode, my peeps. How y'all doing? I've been watching what's been going on. Have you guys been watching what I've been gotten into? I don't know why, but I guess I was chosen for this. But for some reason, you don't want you to see it, my peeps. You heard? For some reason, you don't want you to see the video. We've tried it so many ways, in so many formats, and so many boom, boom, boom. But it's very unfortunate that the real things that are happening out here, we are not able to put it out there as they happen. And that's when we know that media is controlled by the man above. They will only let you see whatever they want you to see. But I'm here to testify to it and to break it down to you a little bit. Yo, y'all been seeing these videos, bro? Did you see what happened to me last night?
Shit is insane.
Shit is it's a movie, really.
Crazy.
It's not even a movie. It's more than a movie. Like, shit don't even feel real.
You can only see that in movies, guys. As you already know, the veterans are going through a tough situation dealing with the housing. And our guy, Mount, been here on the podcast, been in the studio a couple of times. And better yet, when I started, when the podcast was in my house with the table, one of my first podcasts was with him. I met him a couple of years ago, doing an audit, doing a video, giving you guys a tour. Some people were bugging out on me on recording a building. And he popped out. It looks like it was a VA building. And he popped out and he allowed me inside. And that's how I met him. It was a veterans building. Willing to call the cops on me for recording. And he was, I remember he had his service dog. And he just came out of nowhere like an angel. Boom. What do you mean he can't record here? Come inside. And he brought me inside. And that was the first time I met him. After that, I've been bringing him in. He's been in a couple of our episodes on the podcast, breaking down the situation as it happens, as it goes, time goes by. He's staying at shelters, and They've been kicking him out of shelters. If you go and check out these other episodes, where I had to go and retrieve his property from one of the shelters that they kicked him out, but they kept his stuff.
I think I seen
How is
one
that
of those
even legal?
episodes before.
That's illegal.
He had to come back with some police that had a paper signed. I think it was by the judge, right? In order to give his property
We had
back.
that. We even had that, a court order.
And they still denied letting him in to grab his property.
Yes, even with a judge's order.
What type of authority do they have to hold the property? It's not even theirs.
You already know, man. But even with a judge's order, they didn't want to give it to him. So I pulled up. Zay pulled up as well. I remember that. And officers was involved. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, because it wasn't the night now that I remember, they gave him his clothes and his property back. And then they moved him to another shelter, which it was like worse, you know, because the situation when it comes to these shelters that they're putting these veterans in is that there's a lot of addicts in there. You know?
Copy.
And not only addicts like perhaps trying to recuperate themselves, but
Taking advantage of what they have.
they just there, yeah.
They just there
and they just chilling, you feel me? Like without
Not even trying to like
help.
do something in
So
society.
they're not taking
like,
advantage of the little opportunity that they at least had.
exactly.
they're not trying to be productive citizens of like, you know,
Exactly. There's a lot of drug,
So they give a
drug
bad
going on,
rap.
a lot of overdose,
abusing of drugs.
a lot of fights. It's like a jail.
It makes those who actually need it look bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the weakest link, it's the one that suffers, because then they'll bring these veterans that don't do drugs, probably don't come from the streets.
Yeah.
And they just throw them in that environment.
Bloop.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Like it's prison or something.
Exactly. So my guy Mount, it looks like all this beside anything else has caught up to him, and it's taken its toll, mentally, physically, however you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And this moving around from spot to spot to spot to spot in all these places, and he had to fight. I remember, I think on the first time that I brought him, he told us he was jumped by 7 people.
Really?
In there. They done jumped him, took his stuff, then broke his head.
Jesus Christ. That's scary.
Yeah, so and the people in charge in there were just looking and laughing, you know?
Doing nothing but just finding his entertainment.
Exactly. And
That's sad.
in order to go through that and being a veteran, you know what I mean?
He's a he's basically a superhero of our country.
Serving the army,
Yes. He protected
And,
us. He fought for us.
being homeless. On top of that, the shelters are just moving you around to these places that are like rock bottom.
So they're in bad situations, but then they're also
And
there
they
with people who don't care.
And it keeps getting my peeps. Let me
That's
know if
not
the
helping
audio's good. Somebody let me know in the chat the audio's good, or do we need to bring anybody any of these guys up on the volume? Yeah, man, it's a situation where they'll either turn into drug addict themselves, turn into alcohol, depression. Due to the situation, they isolate themselves from family. Most of them suffer from PTSD.
Yep. That's a sacrifice.
And instead of being helped, they're just being placed in a situation where it just gets worse and gets worse, and it gets harder for us, or for even the people there that are supposed to take care of them. It gets harder for them to understand them. You know what I mean? Because as time goes,
People start looking at him differently because
exactly,
Yeah, they get a bad look.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be on a shelter for a certain amount of time. I don't know if it's 3 months,
Mhm.
4 months.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? 90 days. Production telling me back there 6 months max
holy shit.
in the shelter, and after that they're supposed to be given a key, an apartment, a place to stay, somewhere where they're comfortable.
Housing.
Exactly. So now, maximizing those 6 months, most of them been there for a year, 2 years.
So they overstay
3 years.
their welcome.
and jumping around. And yes, we got you. We're gonna get you a key. Don't even worry about it. Just do this extra program and do this one too.
Whole time
And
they
make sure
lying.
you're here at this time.
Whole time they're just lying.
You know what I mean? They just keeps extending.
So just putting them
extending.
off to the
And
side.
only
like nothing.
some lucky ones get to get it. You feel me? And those who don't, fall into depression. And like I said, they fall into a lot of different addictions that are not good for our mind.
And it's sad that
Especially
these are all vets who served their country, who fought for us, who sacrificed limbs literally for our freedom, and that's how we treat them.
Exactly. But like I said, my peeps, YouTube doesn't want us to play it. We've been at war with them the entire day.
YouTube, what's up with you?
I've been in contact with YouTube. Yo, come on, bro.
Y'all wildin'.
And we try to find a way, but it's a no due to promotion of self-harming, which I understand in a way as well. But that's when it falls that there's a lot of things that you're never gonna be able to see. You know, and we don't know if we live in a bubble, because they can only show you what they feel that is right for them to show you. You know?
It's up to them.
But you don't get to
basically.
see the whole story.
Exactly.
It's up to them what they release, what they put out.
Exactly. So on one round, no, it was the graphics. A man about to jump, wooty woo. We can promote that.
And then there was the audio.
All right, hold on. Let me blur that. Let me try to cut it out. Let me fix it for you guys. I got you. Boom. How about now? Oh no! In one word, somebody said they're gonna jump.
Muted that.
So I'm like, all right. So now, boo, and I'm back and forth like, yo. And I just gave up my piece. I'm
3
like,
times, my peeps.
YouTube got a problem with Eli or something, cause what's up? We've been here for
You know what I mean? And all right, but I could just break it down to you as well, my peeps. When I was up there, trying to convince him not to do it. Shout out to Officer Brian, which is a good negotiator. He seemed to be a good so for our first sight officer. We was trying to convince him not to do it. We was trying to reach out to the people that are in charge of these housing, the people that are in authority within these housing surroundings and environment. He gave us a phone number. We called. Nothing, no answer. The Officer Brian promised him a meeting with the chief of housing staff, if I'm not mistaken, and promised him not to charge him. They was gonna give him no charges.
So he negotiated with them.
negotiation. Yeah.
Exactly. Promised him not to press no charges on him, and just to bring him to the hospital for an evaluation. And after back and forward, he really wanted to either do it or either wait. He wanted to wait for the government to open. Like he wanted to wait for 8 or 9 o'clock so he can start making phone calls to get those signatures that he needs. Like I said, I do not condone what he did.
At all.
I do not agree with that.
Nope.
That's a decision that he made. And it's literally when you make those type of decisions and you're in those situations, who can stop you? You know what I mean?
Nobody
but
yourself, honestly.
So at the end of the day, he did. By the way, let me let y'all know that the officers have power and a button to cut your live feed. You hear me? So that's another thing. Stop it or we're cutting it. Like, yo, what you mean stop it? Yes. Just act like you're recording. So I'm like pulling a spot. I'm like, bro, imagine if he sees and notices that I'm just acting that I'm recording and I'm not actually on record. And he decides to do it. Who's the one to blame? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything will fall on me. So I didn't want to end it. But then, we got it. We're going to end it. Cut the street. They started, cut the feed. I'm like, whoa. Don't press that button, please. Do not mess up with my whoa. I got you. So I had to stop it, guys. But I did keep recording. I'm gonna see if I find a way, because that's like the end of the video that we didn't get to see before the stream was shut off.
The stream got cut off.
Yeah, for like the
few
third
minutes
time.
left. Yeah.
Yo, YouTube, what's up with you guys? Come on. You getting me mad.
Like I said, I did cut it and I kept recording, and we was just trying to make sure that they didn't mistreat him when they grabbed him and to handcuff him.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a tight
There's a
spot.
lot of times they'll handle them like in a rough way, you know.
But they didn't, bro. You know, this time they did. You know what I mean? They kept their word.
respectful.
And they even put the handcuffs in front.
Oh, so he was like this.
Yeah. And he was brought down, placed on an ambulance, and taken to the hospital.
Okay.
I followed up to the hospital, which is the video that you're gonna see after we're done over here. But as we speak, I have one of my production team on the way to pick them up.
You gonna have him on tonight?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's actually crazy.
No charges were pressed, and he's free. He's out the hospital.
Same night, or was it earlier today?
We're gonna find out, but he's on the way as we speak.
We'll be able to get to hear a little bit about his side and his point of view of what happened.
Exactly.
Wow, that was less than almost 24 hours ago. You have him out. Thank God he's here. Actually,
exactly. That's the main thing. That's the main thing, my G.
You're a superhero. You heard.
Thank God that he is here with us, and we're gonna have a chance to chop it up with him.
We appreciate you,
and his boy Dino as well. Yo, hold up, man. Yo, shout out to Dino, my peeps.
Yeah,
I
shout
think they're
out.
coming together. Shout out to him, because when the officers brought me to the roof, Dino was kind of like talking to every single one of them and making sure that none of them hurt him.
He was fighting to make sure that they took care of him, pretty much.
Exactly. I don't know how it happened. I don't know, because I thought Dino was gonna whoop as well.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, damn, both of them, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
No way.
Yeah. So, but nah. It looks like Dino was there just like I was there as a friend.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Dino's
somebody was there, you know.
Dino's a veteran. He knows how what he's going through.
And he knows
the pain that he
You
feels.
could relate to him
And
with a lot of topics.
it looks like he reached out to Dino.
That's two soldiers right there. There's two warriors right there. You heard? They gotta stick together.
So Dino was kind of like able to persuade him not to do no crazy shit prior to the authorities arriving there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he was the one. What are you doing, bro?
Trying to negotiate it.
Exactly. And
calm the situation down.
when I got there, yes, and when I got there, I was able to speak to everybody. I was able to speak to Mount, the bearded vet, and he wasn't listening to me too much, because he just wanted those phone calls to be made. He wanted that person that's been running from him
to pick up the phone.
Exactly. I don't know if that's the person that
he wanted them to meet his demands.
He wanted to be heard.
Yeah. In a way, I don't know because if the person's running from him, I'm assuming they don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he wants at least I don't know, an appeal or trial. Like I said, he's on the way, so hopefully we could get all that out of him. And I want to see how I get from this. I need to remove myself from this, because
it doesn't even feel real. Honestly, like I was finding out today about this.
If he's still willing to. You know what I mean? Himself, it's like that's not no, bro.
Don't do that.
You should never consider it.
Never give up. That's never the solution at all.
There's a lot of other ways. There's a lot of other ways.
There's a lot of help out there
of doing things, you know. But and that's when I say there's a lot of other ways of doing things, it's when it comes to my head, bro. But he done everything, bro. You feel me? Like, yo, he been to every meeting. He wrote every mail. He met every executive that he needed to meet.
So he's went through the hoops.
Yeah, he's been on the process long enough. You know what I'm saying?
So he's just tired.
And I'm not just talking about him.
Yeah, veteran.
You feel me? He's the one that I met. And through him, I met a couple of more.
So many veterans that are going through
war
the same
veteran, by the way.
We're talking about
as well.
thousands, bro.
he's not the only one. You know, there's so many people that also go through the same situation and they suffer as well.
And I have questions for him. I want him to get, cause I want to ask him some questions about, was it I understand that you're going through mental problems, or was it a strike? Was it like you wanted to be heard, so I'm gonna do this, or were you just at that point where you can't take it no more? And thank God Eli was there so he could calm the situation down and even de-escalated it. They allowed him up. If you guys didn't see the footage, they allowed him up, and he was negotiating with the police because of Eli. Eli settled everything down, and because of him, he's alive and he's here today.
I think we could be able to sneak in a quick clip of it. Hopefully they don't.
Yeah, because YouTube,
they gave him a hard time.
YouTube.
We're gonna give you a little clip of when everything was already, you know what I mean, situated. Hopefully they don't have no issues with that.
I might have to box somebody on YouTube. You heard?
Do we have that production or no?
Yo, word, it gave me mad now. Come on.
Yeah, give them a pig. Hopefully they have no, because YouTube is getting piggy as up.
We got real shit we need to talk about. YouTube is bugging.
Okay, let's go. That's fine. We're all gentlemen.
Let me know if you're able to hear it, guys.
Grab those food you got.
Go ahead, start crawling, Mount.
They're not gonna rush you. They're not gonna bum rush you. Just come. I got you, bro. I got you.
Just tight.
There you go. Put the light on. Thank you, sir.
You're good. You got my word. If you want to hop over here, all right?
Thank you, Mount.
You're gonna crawl here.
Yo, God bless you, man. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, bro.
Which way do you want to go?
I got you.
Do you mind crawling this way? Now. They're not. Pete, we're good. I got.
They don't want you to go back, bro. They just don't want you to go back. Come on, bro.
That's all. Like
Come on. They're just making sure you don't go back. That's it.
All good, sir.
That's it.
You're good. It's just tight. All right? You have my word.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Huh? Yeah.
Take your time, all right, now?
He's good.
He's gonna crawl out past this.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. How you gonna do this for me? Come on.
Okay, all right, you're good. We're gonna stand you up here.
He's gonna be at the top.
All right.
I'm coming. VA. I think you coming with me too. No, you got in the ambulance. Okay. I just need the address. Yes.
You want to stand up right there, or you want to pass this pipe?
We're still here, man.
We're right here, bro.
We're still here, bro.
Brian's still here, too.
Yeah, we're still here. Don't worry, bro. Mount Lacey. Mount Lacey.
Do it in front, man. We're gonna fight. If not, do it in front.
Just do it in front real quick, guys. To avoid it. Let's get this out the way. Guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Lord, thank you.
Mike,
It's going on the other side.
Well, God bless. Thank God.
I know.
Brian, thank you, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Okay. I'm still here, bro. What's good, guys?
My grandmother said to me, it's gonna be alright. My grandmother said to me,
Yo, Ryan, thank you, man. Thank you. You're the best.
Shout out to Eli, you heard?
it's not the same without you, Mom. Are you looking after me? All the way from heaven in the sky. Are you looking after me? I hope you look after me. This life is so
Let me just give him a quick hug, bro. Quick hug. Yo, bro. We're still here. We're still here, bro.
It's gonna be alright. My grandmother said to me,
All right.
it's gonna be
Wow.
So
That's a
I'm,
lot to take in.
yeah. After that, I followed up to the hospital, like I was saying before, to see which hospital. At the first, I went to the wrong hospital, which we're gonna play this video. After we wrap it up, it looks like they've arrived. They're downstairs. One of you goes, guys, go get them. Yeah. So I went to the hospital, guys, and I went to the wrong hospital. I went to Belleville. And then I found out that it was at the VA, which it was what they said they were going to take him to the VA, but we wasn't sure. When I go to the VA hospital, the security guard sleeping. This is the first thing I bump into. The security guard officer right next to the metal detector snoring, guys.
Nap time.
And that's why you see this thumbnail in this video.
No way.
He took a melatonin gummy or something before he
Sleeping
shift.
on the
Like,
job.
For some reason, he's like, that way, that way.
bro, that's crazy.
And I ended up in the same room as mine was with all these officers surrounded. What are you doing here? And there, you already know my place. All hell broke loose. After the security was sleeping. Guys, y'all can come in. Y'all can pull up. All hell broke loose. So we're gonna play that video later on. After we finish chopping it up with my peeps that just
what up,
pulled up.
Dino?
And we are live. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Mom. Let's give it up for Mom.
We here.
So we can have a better understanding on why in hell would you do such thing and what led to be cornered up. Because he's been speaking in prior and in a lot of podcasts, but it's been parts. It's been parts. He hasn't been able to. You know what I mean? But like I say, I'm happy he's here. I hope you are happy as well. Yo, Dino, thank you as well, my God. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And thank you for bringing him as well. You heard? Shout out to you. Mom, one question that I have before we do anything or we say anything. The promise that the police made to you up there, was it kept? Because I see that you're free, so I'm assuming no charges. Now, the signatures, did they reach out to the chief of housing? Did they follow up with the steps that they were going to follow up with? Did they keep their part of their promise?
We haven't really been able to get in touch with them yet. We went to a precinct. It was the wrong one. And they can't even look up where officers are. Like, it's weird. They have you call one police.
I know about
plaza.
Officer Brian, badge number 7777.
Brian Claxton.
Glacken, like Blacken.
Glacken. That's
Make sure the audio's good, production. So did you reach out to, did you speak to him?
No, I don't have any numbers of them.
Okay.
I have to find their precinct and go find their shift and run around.
Okay, so now let's put that a little bit to the side, and I want to rewind. Whoop, and tell the people, now that we're here, sitting down calmly, I'm going to give you the platform to explain to people how and what led to the video that they saw on the main channel. The platform is yours, bro.
It's really not the same. Like what you seen last night was PTSD. Like I'm not in that right now. And
You can speak a little louder so we can hear you.
no.
Gotcha.
Like when I'm like this, I don't really know how to do, when the question's just posed to me, it doesn't come out. There's so many things.
There's so many things.
You remember this? You remember how big the stack of papers were?
Yes.
All
You
right.
gave it to the chief.
And then the list, I showed him while we were going down the elevator of all the agencies that could have intervened, had something to do with this, that I've contacted. You know, they took me to the hospital, and they purposely discharged me before I could speak with a social worker, because the social worker could put in a referral.
So they discharged you without speaking to a social worker?
Yes, and their reason is you haven't been assigned a social worker yet. And I said, that doesn't matter. If there's a social worker available, then I am allowed to speak with them. They kept giving me reasons why this person wasn't able to be spoken with. And then I take one of the guys aside. I said, look, I think what's going on is they're going to try and discharge me before I've spoken with a social worker. And 5 minutes later, that's exactly what happened. And 5 VA cops walked into the room, which one is supposed to with me. But them sending 5, yeah, like I just looked at this paperwork and this card that they gave me last night. I had some stuff to say, and this like just kind of broke me again. I've already spoken to that guy's boss. Look at this paperwork, bro.
What you got over there? What is it?
Look, there's no doctor's name. There's no even facility name.
Looks like it was made with a typewriter.
The only doctor's name on here is my doctor that I already
what they
know.
gave you at the hospital.
Yeah, and
this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is from the hospital. That you have
the hospital bed.
Well, you just got out.
Just got out.
And how long ago did this happen?
Yesterday.
Just a couple of
Last night about 8:30.
Yeah, a couple.
I just want to say I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Now I'm damn, because I don't want
It's
no social worker, no.
It's amazing because like what I told the cops,
no therapy, no
is exactly
What
what happened again. And I told them, I said they're gonna do that. You're sending me back to the same people who did this to me. And that's where like the hope here is the chief of police of one of the precincts that was there gave me his word that he would get me in front of the right people. The chief of housing, and you know that person is also in the mayor's office. They have the ability to make this happen. And it's not like I'm wanting them to make something happen that isn't supposed to happen. This is all documented. I fulfilled all their requirements. So, I mean, how insane is it that out of all the things that are supposed to help a veteran with housing, I have to rely on a police chief to get me in front of some...
Stop breathing into the mic. The people are listening to your breathing.
So
you have to do a lot.
Some right person.
Just so you could be able to have a voice to be heard, and you have to do all of this, and
like, look
they're
what
still giving you nothing.
Look what they did to the YouTube.
Nobody.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, this is exactly why, like, you know, like I went into a like I was unresponsive. Like he said he was calling out to me, and I was just standing there and just seeing the view of New York and you know the possibility and the potential and the life out there, and what I'm trying to fight and why. Like,
so you had a lot going on through your mind.
It just like I remember asking Dino what the best view was, and then I guys were around me, and then like being cornered and being forced, that puts me right into a
Defensive state.
yeah, like you're not moving me. Like I wasn't scared at all. Like where I was.
Like you didn't want them to grab you or touch you or anything.
I just the forcing, like the cornering, like.
Was that PTSD?
Yeah.
It made you more anxious in a way. Like it made you feel more.
No, yeah, like it instantly. Like when I got to the hospital, they wanted to draw blood out of me, and I I was like, no, you're not getting my blood. Like,
I was telling Daisy that. I'm like, yo, they gonna end up getting blood out of him. Hopefully they don't.
And they're like, oh, well, you have to
make you a zombie.
You don't have you have to go up to the psych ward. And I'm like,
what did they even need that for? Why do they want to draw your blood?
So like they want to see if I was on drugs and see if there's like this marker for depression. There's a bunch of BS reasons. It's something they get to charge for, and they're telling me that I have to do it. I quickly look up on ChatGPT, do I have to do this? They're like, it says no. I say, can I be forced to do this? They're like, no. Well, you can, but for these reasons. And I show the doctor, and I'm like, you can't try and force blood out of me for these reasons. This is routine medical procedures, and you have no emergency here. He got really pissed because I called him a dick. When he first came to talk to me, and we went into like the evaluation room, I was a lot like this, like adrenaline dump, like reality coming back to me. So I'm like, he's asking me questions, and they're like, just like, what happened? I'm like, well, what, like, where do I start? That's a big question. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's just like, well, you got cuffs on. That's not. And I'm like, he's like, were you a danger to other people? I was like, no, I was not. He's like, well, I can't hear you. There's a fan in here. I'm like, well, you don't want me to start getting louder. I'll just go talk to the cops. I'm like, no. And he gets up and he goes, as I get up and I go, he's like, well, can you go back in there? I'm like, no, I want to hear what you're gonna say to the cops.
At this point, you were off the handcuffs.
No, I'm in the handcuffs.
Still in handcuffs.
Still in handcuffs.
This guy's employee of the fucking month.
Yeah, like
this guy's the best employee in the whole. Like, what the
and he's a psychiatrist, and I'm like, he's like, well, I'll just admit him. I said, I'm not presenting any harm to myself or to anybody else. You can't just do that.
So they were just trying to throw you in there.
And I go, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stop being a dick and go back in your office and do the evaluation.
As you should.
And even if you can't hear me, you're gonna give me some patience.
For sure.
And so, like, he said he was gonna do that. Then he went and talked to all the cops, and they have their little humdrum. I've got this on recording. See, this is the thing. This is one of the big things, man. Is all of the evidence that I have. None of them have ever said, well, let me see that. That sounds wrong. Like, I keep sounding like a crazy person going, I have this recorded. Like, I sound like one of those.
And they don't care. They don't.
I'm like, I actually have these calls, like these conversations, these calls. Like, I have the emergency
Aren't you supposed to look at that?
Room visit, like, recorded, and he didn't want it recorded. He's like, it's against the law. I'm like, okay.
I get the sense that they're treating you more of a suspect than a victim.
A lot of it is because of that I have the proof, and if that it is addressed and it's put into evidence, they have to be accountable. Like this sheet, the fact that it doesn't have the doctor's name on it,
a professional,
and I was so unstable that I needed 5 cops to exit, and their body cams are on too. Like peeps, if you can do one thing for me, man, like. Organization and like these requests, man, if you could foil and FOIA request these body cams from the NYPD and for the VA, like, I'm gonna get to it eventually, but if anybody wants to help out, man, these body cams will probably tell the biggest story, because like I don't have a lot of memory of last night.
Let's put that last night to a little bit to the side. Can you tell us and tell the people what led to last night? Why last night? No. Why at that time? Why not a month ago? Why not last year?
No.
Why last night?
There's not an answer to that. It's a cycle. It's a buildup. Like, it's like there's a deadline. Today's a deadline, and I lose the rights to this lotto, housing lotto that I won. I've turned in everything that I can to preserve my rights for it until somebody responds. Like, I just don't think you can understand how you can send 30 different agencies and people who are supposed to respond to like legally bound to respond
It's your job, right?
to these things.
So let me have it clear. So you had one housing lotto.
Well,
and there was a deadline.
This situation is bad, but like what actually like kind of started like the snapping. Like when I found this piece of information, it did its number on me. So I had found housing before. Right where we were, it's called Tanya Towers. It's in Lower East Side, and so the VA wouldn't give me even the opportunity to request an extension from the Public Housing Authority, which they're not allowed to gatekeep.
An extension at the shelter.
No, not at all.
An extension for the housing.
For the deadline?
So
the deadline.
So no, we're not on the housing. Like the HUD-VASH voucher, when they issued it, I had 6 months to find housing. 4 of those months, I was working at it. I had some stuff lined up.
So you have to find this. Sorry to interrupt.
Well,
you're the one. We don't know nothing. So I want to make sure that people are clear.
Not just me, but I have case management and stuff.
Okay.
But so I got de-sheltered. They had police tape over the stairs, and fire guard is like a thing for veterans. I just woke up, and they're not allowed to block off the stairs the way they do. And I'm coming down to breakfast, and I open up. I see somebody banging on the door to get in through the stairs, and that's like I just immediately you open the door. There's a security guard there, and I'm like, you can't block the stairs like that. It's like, yes, we can. I'm like, no, you can't legally. Like, you can't do this. The program director came around, and she's like, how are we going to let people through? And there's 2 chairs in front of the door. I'm like, you move one of the chairs like this. And I move one of the chairs, and it like comes close to her. She goes, you just tried to hit me in my stomach, and I'm pregnant. I'm like, that did not happen. And my case manager right next to me goes, yes, it did. I'm like, no, it did not. And like I run out of there because I realize what she's gonna do.
So they're trying to make you look crazy.
She's gonna call the cops and make a charge.
You had brought this up in my first podcast. You were trying to address that. That never happened.
So I ran over to like it was like the Greek Orthodox Memorial right by the World Trade Center. That's where the shelter was, and I watched the police come, and she ends up faking and going to the hospital. And she knows that, see, if she goes to the hospital, she can write a charge. Yeah. And she doesn't write a charge or even try to write a charge until like after 30 days, the videos is gone. That's why I was de-sheltered for 2 months, because I was trying to get back into that shelter. I won 3 fair hearings, state fair hearings. Like they have to put me back in that shelter. Yeah. They refused the orders. I reported the non-compliance. No response.
So
I actually took them to court. And it was the time that you helped me get my stuff. That judge heard me.
I was talking about that when I started. I was talking about that.
So that was the shelter. That's what happened. And then it took me 2 months from there to get into another shelter. They kept trying to put me in shelters where it didn't have an elevator. My service dog couldn't get up the steps. And then they just after the third one that they sent me to with no elevator, they didn't try to assign me one for a month and a half. And I was telling the VA I can't, go find housing while I'm trying to survive. And everything that I worked on is now destroyed. So I need a reasonable accommodation for an extension for my voucher. And they're like, no. I'm like, I got two medical notes from my general practitioner and from my psych saying my environment and my mental condition was not conducive to finding housing. They supported an extension. Completely ignored that. Now these are caseworkers that don't have a medical degree or anything, and they can just dismiss doctors' opinions. I asked for an official medical review. They ignored that. They did an internal administrative review that they had already made up their mind for, because they lied to me about they're even being. I asked for an extension, and they say we have a policy with there are no extensions. I go. I already know there's extensions. My first case manager told me there were. And she goes, no, she was wrong. And I look it up and I email them and tell them and cite this, the exact thing for an extension. And they're like, well, it's just we at this VA, we don't give any extensions.
So they were going around in circles pretty
And
much.
I go, this policy doesn't say any VA cannot follow it. Do you have any paperwork that says you don't have to follow this? And they're like, well, no, but okay, we'll give you a review. So they tell me they tried to say I wasn't looking for enough housing. I gave them, I gave them proof of plenty. I just didn't have the proof on the spot. For others, like I go, so what are your metrics for looking for enough? There are no metrics. So I go, so if I look for 2 places, then I've done more than what you've defined as looking for housing. And she's like, well, she couldn't get. They're experts at not answering questions or just like not even addressing the actual topic that you're on. They just change, and you try to get them to go back and actually answer the question. Like, God, we gotta look at these recordings and chop them up, and let me show you like this mastery of delusion that they try to put you under. You can't even get them to follow their own policies and procedures, and when you show them, they just talk over you until you get mad and they're like, oh, this conversation isn't going anywhere, and hangs up. It's like they've learned every strategic way to get out of accountability.
Why though?
Not why. We're still running around the big point that how are you gonna bring accountability, or how are you gonna show the videos and the proof and the evidence that you have if you do what you was trying to do? Like, what the heck was in your head with thinking that was a solution? That's still stuck in my head.
It was
why that?
It was
like, why I'm out of this world. What is wrong with you?
It's never that I thought it was a solution. It's a logical.
Logical?
Logical.
That's illogical.
Listen.
You shouldn't
That's
have to
not
get to a
logical.
point like that.
Listen. Hey, I didn't finish my sentence. When you've taken every avenue that you possibly can 5 times, what else do you do? Like, where else do you go? Like, how do you run around in circles and then go, oh, here's something that's different? And then when it's the only thing that's different, like here's the thing, man. It got to the point where there's nobody else I can tell. There's nobody else who doesn't know about this. There's nobody that doesn't have my documents in the city.
But I wouldn't think about doing something like that.
You may not think about that, but see, you haven't been. See, you listen. Just DHS alone has about 108 incidences of me, and they're all about me. Either me arguing about somebody violating my rights or standing up for somebody who they're violating theirs, and they write these little incident reports. That's just like one category of the hundreds of battles that I fought over this. Like, this is getting, like, you're talking day in, day out, sometimes 3 to 10 times a day, getting into interactions with seeing staff ignore or abuse. Like, I had to help one lady get upstairs because she was on her period and they wouldn't let her upstairs because she had non-perishable food, which you're allowed to have. And they're like, oh, well, that's too much. I had to call the police and tell them, I said, look, if you were over there at the Greenwich and the security called you and said a resident couldn't come up with her bags, what would you do? He's like, I go, that would be an illegal lockout, wouldn't it? He's like,
it's still not an excuse.
So
it's still a coward move.
So I go, so what?
It's a coward.
So hold on.
Never take your life.
This is how. What is?
Should never be an option.
What is? Do you know?
A coward move attempting against your own wooty woo. I don't want to mention that too much because
this is part of
that's not going to solve it.
See, this is part of the problem. Is what you just said is one of the most retarded things you could.
Go ahead, tell me.
Like how much?
How much? To delete yourself.
Hold on.
Why am I saying those things?
See, you're presupposing something. You're presupposing that I was in a state where I was perceiving anything. Like I was blank.
You was blank. I got you.
Not just. It wasn't just.
I forgot you.
It just wasn't a conscious decision. Now listen. When I did talk to you earlier that day, I said there's two. Like they left me with two options, right? Like I can hurt other people to be heard. Or I can hurt myself to be heard. Like what person haven't I told? Like what person? You know what I mean? Like what? Like these people don't even respond. Like I have not filed actual lawsuits because you can't until you exhaust every administrative avenue. If they don't allow me to file the housing appeals, I haven't exhausted every administrative avenue. A lawsuit will get thrown out. So they're doing things in an order that they know that lead me to another dead end.
When you say they, is it one organization?
Oh my goodness, no.
He's not talking about. Hold on a second.
Oh, Dino, you're here.
He's not talking about he's not talking about like one or two entities. He's talking about a ton of entities. I've been through it. 3.5 years, 7 vouchers. You know what I mean? I live on the street right now. You know what I mean? Because I choose to. I don't want to go in them shelters.
How many shelters have you been through? How many shelters have you guys been through? 8.
I've been to.
I went through
3 aggravated assaults. I've been down in MCCB. I've been in Rikers Island. You know what I mean? Because of this and everything. You know, it's just.
So you would say that it's like a prison in there?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not like a prison. It's like
it's a messed up system.
No, I don't want to label it as a prison, but like
there's a lot of people with mental problems, mental issues in those places.
You put them all
places
together in one place, and it causes a lot of issues.
The worst. It's not even the people. It's the workers.
It's the way that they're treated.
It's the way that they treat others.
It's not like no. The worst thing, the worst thing is they'll provoke people and
it causes them to spiral
and use them as like WWE entertainment.
I think of it like a CEO.
And they'll be like, watch this, and they'll get them to like start reacting,
and then they'll just transfer you.
But I think of it like a CEO trying to like put two enemies say fight together. That's for entertainment.
There's a lot of bullying in there. What you trying to say?
Justice.
It's so much more than like bullying. Like so this one, the clinical coordinator shared my medical information with a bunch of people she shouldn't have. I reported it to the ombudsman, and I found her like social work license number, and I'm gonna make a report on this, and then they transfer me the next day.
But isn't that illegal?
What?
To even share documents about another person to other people.
Yeah. So when I told the ombudsman to tell her to stop sharing this, and she got the email, their first response was that I need to leave.
That's crazy.
I need it. So then my life got flipped upside down again. And like I never reported the license because I was trying to survive again. Like it was another. Just like, so every time you go to a shelter, you have to start all over, like with everything. So, like your voucher will follow you, but everything else, you're months behind again. It's going to be months before there's even opportunity. So because a clinician's license was in danger, like, she did something wrong. Let's get rid of the person who she did it wrong against and not hold this person accountable. And that's in every shelter. Like it's so universal. You can't find a person that goes like, yeah, my privacy is being protected. I think I'm gonna get housing. I'm hopeful. No.
At all.
Dino. What in the world was you doing up there? How did you get there? How did you hear from this situation? How'd you end up in my video, in my live stream, in my situation, in his situation?
I don't know why he chose me. I mean, we'll find out later. We'll talk, amongst each other about that. But I was, I didn't know what his frame of mind was. He said, "Yo, let's go to a building, man. Just chill out a little bit, hang out.
I wanted to see
a scenic overlook, and the best building that I know of. I grew up in Alphabet City. Is the building?
Is that one?
Is that building? And then just something.
So then what? He just told you I'm gonna sit here, or I'm.
Wow. I went to look at the view, and I don't know, like this flood of like, oh shit, like all this that I'm fighting for and what I'm looking at is beautiful. It's a big active city, like life.
And everything just came
life.
to you like.
And I'm like, I'm being kept from this for 4 years, and just like that's the last, like for what was like the last. And I don't know how long I stood there. Do you know how long was I did I stand there?
So you snapped out of it, basically.
It's called dissociation, and when you come back to it, you don't come back to it like.
So you didn't realize what you were
fighters
doing.
when they come back, they're like they grab the ref.
Can you elaborate? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they'll start fighting the ref, and they don't even know.
So you had no frame of thought or no frame of mind as this was going on. Like did you feel in a blank state, like you said earlier?
Yeah, I was in a blank state.
I don't want you to.
Sorry. It was a split. It's a split.
It's a split of consciousness, is what it is. Like in my mind earlier, like I logically deduced like. I've done everything that they've asked me and everything that I've reported, everything that they've done or ignored to everybody that you could.
So like, you're like saying like you wasn't thinking when that happened.
It's like I kind of like, it's not that I agree at all, but like I get the like when you get to like wow, there's nothing left to do. Except like something extreme.
Point.
But that was not the
attention.
The like it's not the point, like at all. For even this one story or any story, like how are they able to do this? These are our public servants. How are servants not allowed to answer their master, like this housing thing right now, because I would like as I'm an active participant in something and I say I want a copy of my records because it has to do with medical stuff, by state law they have to give it to me. Like, no, go do a FOIA request. Go to records. I'm like, no, print my records out from your computer. Like, you do whatever something else is, like whatever you gotta. Don't make me go do more. And even if you do, like, you still don't get what you want. Like I tried to get this Vic in the intake shelter with his service animal, and for like an hour and a half I have this on recording too. For an hour and a half, I had to argue with this homeless vet's healthcare social worker for him to do a homeless intake. Now, I was using the word intake. They knew I meant intake assessment. When I said the word, one of the supervisors came in and she used the word assessment. I go, oh, so you do an assessment. The intake is at the intake shelter. I was like, so they want you to do the assessment or the intake at the shelter. They don't want to do it themselves.
Why not?
I don't. Well, so the VA shelter right now, Borden Avenue, they're not accepting any new veterans because of all the federal violations, and there's a federal lawsuit that somebody who started with me did before we could work together on it. Tim's the, what he's doing is he just doesn't understand. But because of that, they stopped accepting, and they're starting to like cover it up. And I'm like, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen to him, is you're giving them where you're coming after, and you don't even have a, like, it's a very general case. So all they're going to have to do is like give oh, we did this. And then it's like satisfied. So they're trying to get under the city's veterans program. The city gives them more money, but the federal criteria is higher. So it's not just supposed to be a shelter. It's supposed to be like an actual residence for veterans. Like, and we have way more rights. And they're like supposed to be taking veterans out and doing stuff. And like, there's funded for all of that, like activities. They've got $0 allotted for activities and $890,000 for a discretionary budget. Yeah, and so why I got kicked out of there is I was making these reports and they were about to get a $20 million grant. So they had to get me out of there because I knew the actual had the grant the scoring. They lost so many there's 3 parts. They lost so many points on the first part that they couldn't possibly pass the other 2 parts if they got 100%.
So they viewed you as a danger, and so they removed you.
So, and because the veteran shelter is a MICA shelter, that's a mental health shelter. They moved me to like the most dangerous shelter there was. It actually
downgrade basically.
It has a police station in it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so then you already know if that's a
already
police
know.
station,
You gotta go upstairs.
they're already ready.
You want
Oh, just take the elevator upstairs. I got you.
Hey,
a police station in it. Imagine why.
This is a funny story.
It's out of control.
Down in there.
So it's DHS police, like Department of
Have you
Homeless
been
Services.
in that one too with the police station?
So it's not even
There's
NYPD.
not only one. There's
It's multiple shelters doing this.
So I didn't know there was
Ward's Island. I mean, Ward's Island is like the worst thing
Okay,
you ever
so it
want
might
to
not
go
have been
through
the
in your
worst.
life.
It's close.
But there's a few places that they do
The
this.
castle.
So
they see you guys as a danger, like, you know.
Well, I know. I mean,
Minority.
no, there are people who are a danger.
No, of course there are, but like, they put
Bodily harm.
everybody together in one group instead of putting them off in different sections, like. And then it generalizes those who actually need the help, which makes them look bad. And that's why you guys go through all this struggle.
Like, man, they spend $81,000 a person. How they have any excuse that somebody isn't housed is just like so insane.
This is probably
And to this day, my fault. To this day, you guys still aren't housed.
No.
This is a broad question, but who do you think this is to blame? Like who you put the blame on, or it's just a bunch
it's not like one. This is a web of insolvable problems created to inflate a budget. Like,
So it's all about the money.
Oh yeah, like what, so like these buildings that they took over, the building owners create a nonprofit that is a property management company, and then they contract with like a medical one and provide some service. It they have a psychiatrist on 2 days a week, and then and these buildings probably, like, what I think is going on is these buildings would be really expensive to get up to code. So during the emergency housing for COVID, they took that, like, if it was emergency, all the code stuff went away. So then they have somebody paying their mortgage, and then they can spend the money on upgrading that they would have. It's just like a weird
It's a
money
loophole.
exchange. It's like
I'm gonna bring back his blaming part. Can you tell me or the people or anybody something that you could point
a finger?
Or better yet, I'm gonna put it simple.
Yeah.
What's there to blame on other veterans?
Other veterans?
Yeah, so you can make it easier and don't blame yourself, but look into
What's the bigger
there's
picture?
a lot of pointing fingers, the top, the men on top, the woo woo. But you guys as a unity or as individuals, what is there to blame you for? What steps haven't you taken? What are you guys missing? Because one hand washes the other, you know what I mean? So if you guys bust a move together.
Well, one, veterans, like, we're united, like, in a general sense, but like to actually go do something, it's not like like we were in the service. There's lives, and people have consequences and stakes and times and stuff like that. Like, everybody can't just get up and go stand up. And just because we're
Not
veterans,
a lot of camaraderie.
just because we're veterans doesn't mean we all believe the same thing. We all agree. You know, it's just we all went through the same thing, so we have a bond.
I have a question. Has this issue been around since
the
how long
way
has this issue been around?
That's a cool story. You know how the VA even got created is the veterans went and like took over Washington. They didn't actually go in the White House, but there was like in like the 20s, they weren't getting their benefits from World War One. And all the veterans went to Washington, and then the VA was created. And it seems like that's what like has to happen, like for us to get real change. Like, hey guys, if 10,000 veterans showed up at the Manhattan VA, which I know you guys are there, you know, like, let's take it over.
Like a piece.
Now you went, hold up, because you helped them go around the block too in circles with my question. What do you blame yourself for?
What do I blame myself for? Like, what
or is everything on them? Or have you failed and there's, you know what I mean? Not only as a group of veterans, but yourself. Like, you perfect, bro?
Accountability? I'm not trying
I doubt it. So what's missing that you like, damn, I messed up here? If not, maybe I could have made some changes.
Definitely could kiss some more ass and watch more people get abused and stay silent.
Kiss more booty. He's missing a few booties to kiss. Can you believe that? A few boots to lick.
Yeah, they definitely.
So that's what's needed to be done.
Yeah.
To make changes, you gotta kiss booties.
The start of it at the veteran shelters, I walked in, I seen a 76-year-old man shaking in his boots. I was like, "What's going on, man?" He's like, "They're doing a search again on me. The 3 times in 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on."
Jesus.
And I'm like, "You want that?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Go in your room. I'll stand at the door." They come to do it. I'm like, he doesn't want a search. And first of all, you can't do a search. You can see in plain sight whatever's through that window. So go ahead and see it. But you're not getting through this door. They called the police, and I go, "They can't do a search. You guys can't do a search." And he's like, "You're right." And they look at him. I look at them. I go, "So now I'm going to teach everybody in here how you don't have the right to do a search the way you do."
You're turning into Eli, giving the people the word.
Oh God, I got
educating the people.
I got the videos, dude. Like, we didn't go out
Educating the
through
people.
them. Yeah. And I'm like, when I found a case that, see, they're supposed to like, they're contracted to find you housing within 6 months, and that's why they call it short-term housing. If it goes over short-term housing, that 6 months, it's actually automatically turned into long-term housing, and you can claim tenant rights. And then you're just a permanent tenant.
Is that why a lot of people who are there, they stay?
No, nobody even had, no. They just keep them there because they want to collect the money. They don't want you to feel like you have any rights.
Okay, so
because then if you had rights, you don't have to follow their rules. You're a tenant. You're a resident.
So they look at them as money, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and the more people there, the more people they can hire, which the more bigger they can say their nonprofit is, and the bigger their nonprofit is. The more like how much money runs through you is like how much money you're also allowed to like borrow to make yourself bigger for the next round. So it's this big circle jerk.
They're just looking at war veterans as a digit,
like literally like circle jerk. Like, and if they have to take their hands off the other's dick to deal with something, fuck that guy. I need to start keep jerking this guy off because this is where I get my money.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it doesn't even make sense because a sick veteran isn't worth more to the country than a healthy veteran. I kind of honestly at this point now think that it's intentional so we don't unite because we are and the only who could possibly take a stand against the U.S. government.
If we do what we did in the 20s, we do a strike.
Yeah,
a peaceful strike. You mean like just walk down
tomorrow.
Tonight,
today. Tomorrow, veterans walk.
Don't be putting crazy shit in this guy's head, bro.
Tomorrow, the veterans,
you know, he gets a blackout.
No. Hey,
I'll be getting a phone call talking about that. I don't want to be getting no more phone calls.
You're so brave when you're in the street and then act like a bitch in here. What's going on? I don't want to get phone calls.
I don't want to. No, I'm worried.
I'm about to fight.
No, it's because I'm over here babysitting. Huh? I feel like a babysitter now.
Oh, you feel a babysitter.
Huh? What you guys think
You
about that?
babysitting the public when you're exposing things? No.
A lot of times, bro. A lot of
No,
times,
you ain't
bro.
babysitting
A lot of
the
times,
public,
bro.
and you ain't scared like that.
It's not scared, bro. It's worried. You know what I mean? It's worried.
I mean, listen, the government killed Charlie Kirk in front of her fucking face. Yeah, you could be taken out. You get too big, you're damn right. Auditing is probably the most dangerous thing in this country. Keeping our government accountable is 100% the most important thing. Yeah,
So now tell me the balance between you and Dino, because you guys looks like you guys are friends and been through a couple of things. But Dino doesn't want to go to a shelter.
Yeah,
that's not what you're aiming for.
It's giving yin and yang.
I mean, I got to a place.
You guys are aiming
I got
two
to
different way, or am I wrong with you, Dino?
No.
You don't want. Dino wants to stay homeless. He wants to stay in the street.
No,
he don't want to be in those
doesn't.
nasty shelters full of dirt and doo-doo and criminals and whoop-de-whoop. But you want them to fix it, to change it, to be better.
I mean, there's a way just out of it. I mean, Why
don't you go to? Well, it's not up to you. Why don't you guys go to like a nice fancy shelter upstate, where there's, you know what I mean? It's beautiful. Not too long ago, I was up there and I saw like a whole, what's it called? Fenced, surrounded area, community. They said for veterans community. And I approached the security guard and I asked him, I'm like, yo, who's back there? He's like, no, only veterans live here. And there was like a whole bunch of nice, beautiful houses.
You talk to any of the veterans?
You can't speak to them.
Then you don't.
They all the way back there on the, you know what I mean, private property.
Then you don't.
If I'm out, that's what they want to call it, you know what I mean? Because they're all veterans and it's like some type of a shelter or program. They won't allow you there. But you know you have to be a veteran or a family member in order to reach out and speak to.
You don't think they'd have the same complaints we have?
I doubt it, man. They living a sweet life over there, bro. I wish I was living over there in one of them houses. I should show you. It's a big difference.
There's some
because I think we have
there's some differences.
In the system we got the ghetto and we got
the systemic problems. Like they don't want to live in those houses forever. They want to get out, and that's what those houses aren't for that. And I guarantee you, they're kept up until close to their like limit or possible limit. There's been multiple things pass by, and they've had to deal with the same case management issues, the same not being able to keep, like, staff won't even tell you their name. Like the doctor, you wouldn't even tell me her name.
Or maybe those people that they got there are people who have family members that are lieutenants, chiefs.
I mean, that could be too, but
high ranking. You know what I mean? You gotta have connects. So why don't you get a few connects? Like, what's the? They don't want to listen.
You know, that's the sad thing is Jason Logram is a veteran. And I do have a veteran nonprofit, and there's an amazing opportunity that's way bigger than this and better like than this problem. And we talked about, that's what we were talking about, is how HUD could fund some activities at a veteran space for the Borden Avenue. And when he went silent about being accountable for what happened with my voucher, I don't know if he has a back he has to scratch at the VA, or I mean, all he has to do is read. That's all he's ever had to do. I think he pawned that off on somebody else. They didn't want to read. They just called the VA, and so the same lie that the VA told him originally just got repeated. They said they worked with every city agency, and this is where I said I found out just the other day that just fucking broke me, was NYCHA doesn't have any record of that voucher being canceled, and they purposely responded to me 2 days after saying that voucher was expired, and what they lied about was it was extended, and they said like it canceled either that day or like 2 days later, so like they caught I didn't have case management. NYCHA has no record of that. If that and still, like right now, like if I lose this lotto, I can go fight that battle.
So they try to find
a
reason to deny you.
Yeah, because if I would have got in, they already seen what I had. I sent Jason the proof, the phone calls,
but they ignored it, right?
Oh yeah,
they just threw it in the trash.
Nothing. Like there's like what I sent in. You're legally bound to respond to, and who I sent it to, and not.
So you sent that up there to officials.
Yeah.
And they didn't respond at all.
No, in fact, I went to there's a department in HUD called FHEO, Fair Housing Equal Opportunities, and it's supposed to protect the disabled. And so I went there to make a report, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have the staff," and I'm like, "I've been here 3 times. I'm not accepting that, and I'm sorry you don't have the staff, but you're gonna have to figure it out because you writing an email on a post-it isn't going to work to preserve my rights for this apartment. So, here you go. I'm
the
gonna
like button. Don't forget to hit the like
so
button.
they're trying to put your rights on a post-it, pretty much,
and postpone it. Like you have to have an appointment. No. You only had to have appointments because of COVID, and all COVID restrictions have passed, and the government is trying to like keep that. You need an appointment. That's our policy. It doesn't matter what your policy is. The Constitution says I can come here and I can do business without an appointment. And that's what One Police Plaza, One Center Street, like those things, like to make an appointment to go like get a copy from the clerk of the court or a police report or something.
Yeah, you have to go through
insane.
the website and you have to put in all of your information down in order
listen,
to
50
schedule
people,
an
50
appointment.
people just show up.
But can't you just walk in, right? Yeah.
No,
you cannot. You have to
appointment.
schedule an appointment
You have to
online.
schedule an appointment to get a police report. Like no, I don't. Like I actually like it was crazy.
So the next following up, what are we doing next? What are you doing tomorrow when you wake up? Because I'm still worried. So I want to know what we're doing. What's the next step? Did we do the chief, the guy that we called? Did he answer the phone? Did you get in contact with the person that we called? What was his name? Do we have his name? You gave it to production?
Brian Glacken is the only name I remember. I know there's other people, and I know
I'm talking about the person,
I know he'll be able
the signature that you needed.
Oh, that's Jason Logram, the director of HUD.
Jason, have you gotten in contact with Jason?
Oh no, he won't pick up his phone. He won't email me back. He won't.
So he's avoiding you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think he would see me. He's the director. He don't have to see anybody. The first time, he kind of did it ceremonially, and then, he just the promise to look into it. I know it wasn't looked into. Like, this is not a debatable thing. This happened. There's this proof. This is the policy. There's no other interpretation.
I don't want to put your mind back into the situation, but can we get into the negotiations? Like, what you negotiated with the officers, or no? We can't talk about that.
I just want a solution. One way or the other. This ignoring, it's probably like we all have had the silent treatment, right? Like that'll get to you like more than somebody talking shit.
The silent treatment,
and it's the fact that they're allowed to get away with it. Your government isn't supposed to allow to be silent.
It's crazy because these are war veterans we're talking about, y'all. This isn't just a random person in the street. These are people who sacrificed their life, who put their life on the line for this country, for this freedom, and this
to get treated like this at the end.
And when they're walking around limpless because they got blown up trying to serve this country, and they're in the streets because they can't get housing because people are acting lazy. This is sad. This is, come on, America.
I feel more like that for other veterans. Like, I understand what I did in the military, and I understand what happened. But for me, like, that type of sacrifice is not what it's just, I'm a citizen too, like I'm a human, and I know you have a role, and I know your power is derived from the people, and I know how they've taken the power away from the individual and put it with the people, and unless you have all the people you as an individual don't have any real power.
You have to be united.
Except through their process, which they control completely if they can ignore what they're lawfully supposed to respond to. Like, do you like when I say
So you have to take as much action as you can, like to the point that it can't be ignored. Like they still are, but like that's what
that's still happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like, oh wow, that wasn't even enough. And that's insane. So, you know, we're gonna trust the cops, get me in front of the right person. And
do we have any appointments with the psychiatrist, with the
VA?
Any follow-ups or nothing?
Yeah, follow to make sure that you don't do that nonsense that you did.
Or did they
Make
just
sure
set
that
you
they take
free?
care of you every day. Make sure that you sleep good, you eat good,
what's
and you don't go one of those blackouts.
Oh,
today is Thursday, I think.
Oh, it's the 16th.
Thursday.
So
the 16th, you gotta go back.
6 more days.
That's crazy.
Virtual mental health appointment.
Virtual
in a week.
You hear that? Not even in person, virtual through a camera.
They really care about you guys.
Not
really.
face to face. Human being to human being. It's through a camera.
What just happened, especially after what just happened.
They don't even want to have contact.
That goes to show how much they care about our veterans.
They don't even want to have that one-on-one human contact to feel somebody comfortable, make them feel, open them up.
They're so comfortable that they had to do it through a screen.
I gotta do it on Google Meet, right? Google Meet.
The head of psychiatry at the Bronx VA called me up. I have this on recording. This is one of the best conversations. It's so hilarious. And she's trying to convince me that virtual is better and that I'll be better served.
In what way will doing it virtually?
So
better
she had
serve
about
you?
every excuse in the book. It was almost a thing of beauty of how much skill she had putting this different ways. And every time I corner, I go, so what you're trying to say is this. So what you're trying to say is this. I'm saying I have the right to an in-person visit, and there's nothing around that.
So you was requesting that as well?
I wasn't requesting it. I was stating it as fact. And I said, that's
now we
what
gotta
I
beg
want.
for mental health help.
So it gets to the point
for professionals.
It gets to the point where she's trying to make analogies and metaphors, and I'm just like knocking them out of the park, and that doesn't make any sense. She's getting so frustrated. She blurts out and she goes, "I'm the psychiatrist here."
So it's like trying to make you seem
it's like I've become
you're in a certain place.
I have a higher reasoning ability than the head of psychiatry to make her react with that kind of blurted out statement that she couldn't conform my mind to think in the way that she wanted to, and for me to accept it. I was doing the same thing to her and she broke first. I'm the psychiatrist here. I go, if you were, you wouldn't have had to state it.
Exactly.
So
this is it, and this just like I'm one of millions.
That's what I was saying.
You're not the only one in this situation. Not only that, but
millions have given
situations.
up on the fight and just been like, "Oh, if you go along to get along, you'll get what you want." Like, that's a sad thing. Like the VA's great. You just gotta be nice to them. Like, you've learned how to do exactly how many prescriptions you're on? Like 24. I'm like, oh, yeah, VA is great. You just keep listening to them there, buddy. Like,
BS.
Like I see old men who can barely walk and they're in so much pain, and their wife like is trying to help them, and I'm like, sir, ask your general practitioner for Uber Health rides. Like, you won't have to go through this to get here. Like, I see how much pain you're in. Like, they know what they could do for us, and unless we know and we ask, and then not just ask, justify and fight for, like they told, asking for help with a ride because of my service animal and getting to my appointments, from all the shelters that they were moving me all around the boroughs.
Transportation.
They gave me to a intern from NYU, and she's like, you have to have you have to be so disabled you need 2 people to assist you. And I'm like,
So now there's expectations to be let in.
You have to be in coma, literally.
no, it's so funny.
vegetable at that
No, listen to this. So I walk outside and I see a guy getting into one of these vehicles. It has a cane.
Yeah.
I got, hey, wait, hold on. I got a question for you real quick. Sir, they just told me I need 2 people to have to assist me to get what you're getting. He goes, those dumb motherfuckers. That driver's one person. This cane is the other. I'm like, he goes, that dog is one. You already got it.
Exactly.
And I go back, and that's when I got the doctor that I got now, is because I asked for the head of who, like, he runs the whole general practitioner thing, or he's one of the best. You know, like he's got some real. He's the
So
best.
who is in position to make a change? Mayor, president. Is it even up to them?
I don't know if change can be made.
Really? So you don't think we could
You
go
think
back
it's
to
always gonna be like this?
You don't think we go back to the 20s and
It's always gonna be
all
like
those
this,
vets
just-
line up in front of the house?
There's gonna be more and
Make a
more
strike?
veterans suffering later in the
Just a
future.
revolving door.
Just a cycle,
revolving door.
pretty much.
It's inevitable.
It's a cycle.
That people can't
There's
get out
a
of.
lot of different elements than what he's mentioning too that I've been through. You know,
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it last time.
Like, I'm an expert in this small area. There's still, like, the VA is the second biggest bureaucracy in the world. DOD is the first.
So there's a vast majority.
So DOD, well, who's the VA? Retired DOD. So you combine the two, they're bigger than any other 5 bureaucracies. And you're talking about the military, industrial complex, the medical industrial complex with Big Pharma. That's who we're really fighting. Like,
Big
these
Pharma.
solutions are easy. If veterans could get that money, like, straight to them versus through nonprofits, which there is a way, and which is what that's the real goal here. It's a 504c19 or 503c19.
And what is that?
It's a veteran mutual beneficial nonprofit. And these organizations can actually open up GPD programs and they get direct funding. So, like, the organization that I've got can go around DHS in New York City. And this is actually why I want to talk to the mayor, because this could be a pilot program that shows.
That's a solution.
Exactly.
Why
Give me some-
haven't you been able to speak to the mayor? Or I'm assuming throughout these years, it's been different multiple mayors that you could have reached out to. Aren't they available for the public? For the make an appointment with the mayor.
I am.
And bring the stack of paper that you got.
They're gonna
Bring
ignore
him
it.
with you.
They're not
Bring
gonna.
Victor with you. Bring Tim with you.
That sounds like a plan.
It does.
And speak to him face to face. I don't think there's gonna be a but or wooty woo. By the way, I don't know how you got along with it, but what you think about him?
The mayor?
Mondami. He Gucci?
I don't know much about
He
him.
Gucci, thumbs up. I see thumbs up over there.
How do you feel about a young mayor? Opposed to someone who's older and you would suppose a bit wiser.
That's a step we haven't made, my peeps.
I don't like the agenda that I think is going on in the World Trade Center Plaza. There's no veteran presence there. I know the people that died there, but that should be veteran ground zero too. There should be such a veteran presence there, and they're spending so much money to make it a public, like, now chill spot. It's no longer a memorial.
Listen, we gotta speak to my guy over here. So you know what I mean? Mundami or Mandami. Mandami, Mount Lazy needs to holler at you. And please, I need to stop babysitting. Help me out, please. Let's switch. Come and handle it. Or go ahead and Make that appointment, bro.
There's a lot of real world issues going on.
Document the steps. This is one more step that you have. Before jumping on the woo-woo, on a parachute, none of that shit.
You gonna go with me?
Oh, of course I can go with you. Wherever you want, except to the bathroom. But what I'm saying is you can document this other option that you have. Besides that horrible option that you took.
So,
which is
but
trying to meet, trying to have a sit down with the mayor. So let's see how many steps will you have to go through. Woo, woo, woo. Avoid VA. Put VA to the side for a second.
Did I tell you about how the mayor's office of disability brought me down to fill out a reasonable accommodation and I got put in cuffs for it?
What year was this?
At HPD.
What year?
It was a week ago.
So not even.
So they were going to
this was very recent.
They were going to trespass me until they I waited. I was in cuffs for about 10-15 minutes. I said, the mayor's office brought me down here to fill out that form, huh? And they're like, what? I got this recorded too.
And they took
yeah, they took the cuffs off, and they're like, we're gonna write you a disorderly. And I'm like,
for what?
I go, no, you said it was a trespass.
You need a.
You can't just change it.
So they're trying to change it and trying to just fish.
Oh, listen, this is fucking hilarious. Listen now. So it's like 4:30, and they're expecting I'm gonna leave now. I'm like, disorderly doesn't mean I gotta leave.
At this point, you need a body cam. You're gonna need the one with the body cam. Get the glasses. Get the glasses.
Why don't you
those only go for like 30 seconds. I guess.
Yeah, but you can. Having said word, why don't you get these things that you can document without them clearly known?
But listen, nobody's ever taken one piece of documentation, ever.
So nobody listens.
No, not one piece of proof.
But that's better than just saying word and just trying to.
I feel like that's hardcore.
I mean, we gotta go.
It's another step that you could do.
It did. The video makes it a lot easier than just that. But no, listen. Here's what they did. So I'm like, no. I tried to go through security again. I'm like, you guys need to move. You're blocking my path. I got business to do here. Like that office is closed. It's 4 o'clock. I'm like, there's other offices open here till 6 or 5, whatever. I was like, so I have business to do there. I can fill out a reasonable accommodation with the mayor's office. They're like, you're not allowed to do that. I'm like, you're not allowed to tell me I'm not allowed to do that. So move. So I see the assistant HPD commissioner. He refuses me even to give me the form so I could fill it out. So I just sit down. I'm in the building. I'm like, I'm not listen. Yeah, I know you guys all you 5 officers have to stay here. If I'm here and you're keeping me out, so I'm gonna stay here, so you have to waste your time.
Make your heart.
So they're getting kind of frustrated. So he writes me a trespass. I was like, now you have to enforce it because I'm still not leaving. I need a criminal trespass so I can call a jury.
So they were just trying to get you out of there. So
yes, they would not enforce the trespass that they just wrote me. Because they knew that then I could pick a jury trial and cross-examine them.
So it went from trespass to disorderly.
They're bullying you.
It went from trespass to disorderly to trespass to not really quasi-trespass because we're not gonna enforce the trespass, so you can't put us in front of a jury and we would have to perjure ourselves.
They're legally bullying you.
So like if the police can strategize how to get out of consequences like that and use the law.
To get rid of you, like just deal with you. Like,
they're like, come back tomorrow. They're like, come back tomorrow. I'm like, why would I have to come back tomorrow when who's here? I can accomplish it. They just want to waste another day of your time, another incident, another.
They don't think it's important enough either.
Like it's so weird. It's so much easier to like do it. Like they literally work to not do their job.
I was just about to say that. Aren't those their jobs?
That's no.
If you're not going to do any of that, what are you even there for?
See, this is the big thing. Like auditing is the path to hold them accountable to doing their jobs, because when you audit the path, then you can actually, as a citizen, bring them to account through federal law. And that's where they've like demonized this sovereign citizen thing. It's a reality. Just because that you had a policy, if you violated and deprived somebody of rights, you're federally accountable if you stepped outside your authority. So finding out where these people documenting that, filing a but see, that's no, like, unless that's your life, who's doing all that? Who's got, like, or you're a millionaire, but then why are you doing it anyways? Like, you could just go buy good service. So they know the only people who are stuck in with that option are the poor.
That's unfortunate.
So, and because being poor is hard and you have to survive, you don't have time or money for that complexity. So as long as they ignore this stuff, everything up until the court, like, I don't think they got the judges in their pocket because the judges have a whole separate system and it's not like a reward for them. So until I get in front of a judge, there is really no accountability. Maybe one of them will hear and capitulate and look at it and solve my problem, but that ain't going to solve the systemic problem. And I'm not going to, like, I can't wait to get stable because I'm going to fight twice as hard. And
exactly, that's what we need. We need to get stable.
We need you to do that, not climbing on top of roofs.
Shout out to
my
Demon,
guy.
Shout out to Demon Slayer. Demon
Do your
Slayer.
thing. Shout out
I'm
to
glad. He said, "I'm glad we're not mourning right now after such a great event. After such an event." So I just want to say,
thank you,
I'm
man.
glad that you're here.
Appreciate
glad
it.
that we're here to fight another day, and that's what we're put on here.
Like
to fight, not to give up.
Dino,
how can we give some information to the peeps? Like, do the peeps make calls for people? Do the peeps get,
Could we get
in
the
touch?
peeps together? That's
Yeah,
what you want to get the
well,
peeps
yeah,
together? The people do their thing.
Can I get like a screenshot? Like, how do we get like some information?
You want chat?
out?
You want chat to be chat?
There's like there's a picture of about 5 people that need to be contacted from.
Why don't you
from
show
the
it to the
bottom up?
peeps?
Can we do that?
Yeah, show it to the peeps.
If not, just say their name. We can't get it up.
Exactly, to let us know.
So not only that
Let it out.
you
Everybody's watching.
have this, the other people can see this as well.
What we're talking
You
about?
have
You
witnesses.
have a microphone in front of you.
Yeah, 70 live viewers watching. So
Yeah, but they
people are
need
listening.
something that you like screenshot and like copy and paste
Well,
the
put
email.
it on the screen and they can screenshot it themselves.
Can we do it, production?
Just go like that. Just go like
Yeah,
that.
just hold it up to the camera.
Hold it up to the camera.
You want me to do
I mean,
it?
that ain't gonna. I need to get up there.
I got
Which
you.
one? The other one. This one right here. This one right here. Give it to him. He got you. He got you.
I got you.
Show it production.
Yeah. Right there. Back. Oh, it's already there.
It's already there. We got to zoom it in a little bit. Production.
Yo, come on,
We got
man.
it. It's up right now.
It's already
Explain.
on screen, bro.
Oh, no. Let me send you the other one.
Which other one?
That has 3. This is all of them.
Who are those 3
Two
people?
more?
I mean, this is the.
All right, so let's put it back. Because it's too
Shout out
late for
to
them to
everybody
upload
tuned
things.
in.
on the-
Thank
to
you.
the-
Anybody's watching, thank you. We
Shout out
appreciate
to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the peeps.
like and subscribe, please.
Don't
Like
forget
and
to comment and
We
share as
done?
well.
Yeah.
Are we going out? Wow.
Dino.
I want to do a one-on-one.
He's Gucci?
I just want to do me after this.
Oh, you want to continue? Just you. You want everybody to get
Oh,
out.
you want us to step
I mean,
out?
there's a story that needs to be told, man. This systemic. They're like how bad this is.
It's a pleasure for me to.
We could head out.
I got hours to talk, man. How long can I be here? And we can go. I can go from memory.
Let's
to
see.
memory.
Let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true.
Yeah, get on the hospital.
Talk about.
You've been quiet there for.
Let's hear this story, my peeps. Let's see what he has to say.
People are saying over there, "Why are you snoring? Why are you sleeping?
Slide to that chair.
You look like a furniture."
I'm just here for moral support today. I'm here for moral support.
This is live.
It's behind.
Yes.
It's 15 seconds behind.
Just make sure it's refreshed. So
Nah, it's right here. We can see it. It's right here. But
Let's get into it.
You don't
Let's
want to
get it.
stay for hours, you? How do I wrap this up? You guys don't really want to stay for hours. When I say
Hey man,
hours,
if
I
it's
can talk for
important,
8 hours.
if it's important, we gotta talk about it.
What? You really want?
Yeah, you made
Where-
it up, right?
Where do I start? Where do I begin? Like, how do we solve this problem?
Let's step step one.
I want to hear like what. Let me talk to some of the peeps. Like, can you guys put some questions in, like what you don't understand or what you think?
So before, when I just seen the clip of the initial incident, in my mind I didn't know that it was PTSD, like it was because of PTSD, but I initially thought maybe he's using this time right now, since it's the Knicks games, it's halftime, everybody's focused on that. I feel like you wanted to bring light attention to what's going on right here. What you feel?
I mean, I wanted to go up to the roof because, like, I don't know if you've seen the city, like it's all orange and blue, and
Copy.
like it was
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Does that feel like a movie scene?
So, I mean, the fact that it happened at the same time, I could.
That was
I mean, it didn't. I mean, I, there's no news stories about it or anything. So, it, like, that wasn't it.
That was my first initial thought. Then you told me that you basically didn't even know what was going on. You snapped out of it. It was like an episode, a PTSD episode.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, like it's called a dissociation.
Copy.
It happens in seconds. It happens like
you just kind of feel like I don't know, you feel like a separation, and then you're like awake again.
So when I think about PTSD, I feel like when somebody hears like a gun, like a loud sound, they think a gunshot and they get into like stance, they get into military defense mode. That's what comes like when I think of PTSD.
It comes in so many shapes and forms.
Yeah,
like I had a friend who I worked with who said her father had it so bad, like they were walking through like the Walmart plant section and a plant brushed his ear and he grabbed her and threw her under like some shelves and was like, get down, and started giving war commands, and like he didn't like come to for like 10 minutes, like he was like, and then when he did, he's like, what the hell are you doing under there?
I've seen YouTube shorts of like people and the police are like super like they know what's going on, so they're trying to be as much comforting, but they also know that it could lead to something you never know what could happen. So I always see YouTube videos of the de-escalation of like war veteran going through that.
Yeah,
so
I would say that those people were pretty well trained in the de-escalation. Like a lot of the videos that I've seen, the de-escalation wasn't good. So it was like the spectacle of it. Like they actually have like a thing now that you can actually like hand a cop and say, I have a disability, I have PTSD, please, follow these procedures, which, like that may or may not help. I don't know. But,
most of the time it doesn't.
So for you, in your shoes, when did you snap out of it? When did you realize?
I guess it was just the last thing I remember was just looking at the city and all the.
Did you remember going?
The bright lights, the skyline, just looking at the skyline.
Going through under that spot to get to where you were, and do you remember being guided in that out?
There's little parts that are like
blurry.
So it's fragments
coming back to me, like when Dino will mention details, like fragments definitely. No, I crawled under there consciously to look at the views while I was looking at the view, and then it hit me like what I was intentionally being kept from is New York City. Like all of this life, and I can't go participate because a few people won't do their job. And there's nobody who I can tell that will do their job to tell these people to do their job except the judge. And there's a specific, it's called a writ of mandamus, where you go to a court and you file a motion to force the government to do their job. It's like one of the things they had to do to like get like Hillary Clinton's like emails produced or something, like they just, different departments can refuse not to hand over files until there's a judge's order. When there's a judge's order, if they don't hand over the files, and whoever's not handing over the files can go to jail. Mm-hmm. So like, and that like we literally have to get our government workers to the point of if they don't do their job, they go to jail. And it kind of should be like that anyway.
You have to threaten them for them to do the job.
Or they should be reprimanded and switched around.
There should be action done.
Around and see how it feels. You understand what I'm talking about? See how it feels to be switched around, to be put in another place because of, their mistakes or your mistake. They think it's your mistake, but it's really
They've never been in your shoes, so they don't know how it feels.
They've never been reprimanded. They don't get reprimanded. There's
no mastery in their job.
Nothing.
Like you don't have to master.
You don't have to be good at anything to get in that role.
Except,
so you could just hire anybody and just be like, "Here, this is the job for you.
Do these 5 things,
and you're fine."
And if it ain't one of these 5 things, say it ain't your job,
sort of specialization,
and send them somewhere else. And none of those people are like, "Well, let me take some interest in my job." and learn some more things and like learn the different sides of these things that they say I have, because they don't even like, if you don't use like the exact language they're trained in, they don't even recognize the problem.
It's like they're going off a script.
And when you ask them a question to try to get them to think, you literally see them short out and just like repeat.
They get stuck trying to think of what to say,
They'll
but
just
they go back to
repeat the same
script.
thing back to you.
Mhm.
And you're like, you have to break the script down and you have to tell them like, stop giving me your robotic answer, address this one issue. And then they're like, sir, this conversation is going nowhere. I have got other people to serve, and so I'm going to tell them you're done here, and if you don't leave, you'll get arrested. Like what? Like no, okay, I'm willing to get arrested now. It's like my friend who was with me when I got put in cuffs for trying to fill out a reasonable accommodation form, tried to get me out of there so bad. Like he took all my property, like my phone, which kind of sucked because I would have had some great stuff. But, like, all the cops started admitting like what they were doing was wrong, and they're like mocking me and laughing, like telling me, even my friend. And when I told him, I was like, "Look, my friend doesn't have my permission to take my stuff. That's theft."
But they
Go
still
get
let it happen.
It's literally
They
bullying.
let it happen, and I go, "I'm gonna get you arrested." And he laughed at me, and I was in a place like that was the PD. I was like, if hours didn't go by, I would have made that call. Like I would have had my friend arrested because it was just injustice in that like PTSD episode. Anything it is, like I don't care if it's my mother.
Are you receiving any help for your PTSD?
Oh my god, there's like,
is anybody helping you with your PTSD? Like, are you getting, like, are you self-medicated? Like,
I'm not so. I mean, I smoke weed. That helps me.
Like, what do you do to help you out with that? Because there aren't a lot of resources that find to help you for real.
Like, you should hear the fucking help they got. Or like, rub your fucking thumb and finger together. Breathe deep.
What's that supposed to do?
Supposed to ground you. It's stop
Relieve
like
your anxiety or something?
It can stop like a dissociation, but if you're already escalated and you got like,
this is not gonna help.
Yeah, like
doing this
woo,
is not
style.
do anything
it's
to
not so
calm you
helpful.
down
It's
from
not
a
so
dire
helpful.
situation. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I think it's
like,
bullshit.
Their thought for therapy is to fucking have you talk about it so much you go numb from it, which doesn't solve anything, because
You can only talk so much about it until you get tired of it.
It re-traumatizes you every fucking time.
When you have to relive it.
Especially when you realize that what was done is like illegal and it has no fucking statute of limitations. Like, why don't you want to go criminally prosecute? I'm talking about like something else in the military. Like, they could actually prosecute for what happened to me still. But like when I went to my disability, like it's called the CMP exam, and they asked like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, and then I told my story. I'm like, now do I get to tell you like what happened? She's like, no, we're not even allowed to ask that. And I'm like, no, I've been waiting 20 fucking years to say this. I'm like, she's like, you can't tell. I'm like, you're gonna sit your ass there and listen to this. And when I came out, I'm like, so they just want to know what's wrong with me to like give me benefits and like shut me up. Like, they don't want to actually go.
They don't really care.
They're giving you the
They don't
spiel
really
pretty
care.
much. Like, they're just
Like, yeah, like they don't want to go prosecute.
I have a question for you, boss man. What brings joy to you?
What
brings joy to you?
bring joy to me?
What brings joy into your life?
I can tell you that as a friend. He's selfless. He's a selfless person, and he puts other people's priorities before his.
I want to hear. I
And
respect
that's why
that.
it blew up this time.
Yeah.
You know, it blew up this time, and
I want
that's
to
why
hear
I
it from
feel.
the man's words himself.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he'll tell you.
Man's mouth himself.
Has some different categories for me. Like, I enjoy standing up for people. I enjoy the contending for rights. When it's so personal, it gets to be overwhelming and too much. When I do it for other people, like, I can keep myself right and do the same thing to them that they're trying to do to this person. And other than that, like I don't have, like, I mean, you can't like have hobbies and go do stuff and whatever. Like, I enjoy the Bible, theology.
Mhm.
I enjoy dissecting these power structures from the ground up and seeing how they interact and why things are the way they are. Like, it seems so complicated, but it's not. As long as there's a place to keep secrets, and there's only 3 or 4 main pillars of society, and there's only 3 or 4 main powers, the secrets are where where the narrative you want to be. So until we can get to those secrets, all of this shit is fake. Like,
Copy.
there's a reality to it, to where, like, this is what's happening, but the why and how and where it's going, like, they're taking us in a direction that we don't know, we don't agree with, we don't want to go. And, like, I guess, like, with the data centers and, you know, millions of people standing up against them, that's, you know,
So you
that's
feel
the
like
thing.
you're just following a blind path, pretty much. And then this tunnel.
I feel like I'm, like, kind of trailblazing.
Yeah, just through an endless trail.
Because the people who are tasked with, so, to help the poor, you need another 501c3, like, a housing, a legal aid society, or a coalition for the homeless. But see, they get funded by the same people they're supposed to hold accountable. So, like, a solution to this whole homelessness problem is, every day that they violate their rights, homeless people could go file a lawsuit, like a simple one, small claims, you know, violation of privacy, violation of this, you know, there's like 3 of them. Like, and if they, you know, we had 10,000 small claims in there, like, that would be a national thing, and they'd have to start to address it. But it's like, the way they guide you to do your grievances and complaints is so everything stays in-house, so it's managed, and nobody ever has to take real responsibility. Like, everybody says, oh, call the ombudsman. The ombudsman has no enforcement capability whatsoever. They can only advocate for you. So basically what happens is if you tell them and they're doing something so blatant, the ombudsman calls them and goes, hey, are you doing this? Because we're being told you are. Do we have to come find out? And they'll be like, oh, no, we're not doing that. And if it's really bad, they'll stop or they'll transfer you. So even that mechanism they have is to keep, there's no enforcement. They can only advocate for you. So they don't have to do what the ombudsman says. But like, the ombudsman has a responsibility if they do investigate and find something. I don't know who you'd bring. If it's a real lawful violation, then they have to bring it to the proper organization.
Yeah.
Like, so, but they never do, because they don't go investigate, because they'll go, no, that's not going on, and they'll come back to you like, no, they said that wasn't going on, and if it'll stop if it was. What the fuck does that mean?
So basically you said what brings joy to you is standing up for others and defending them with what do you feel is injustice.
Yeah, like, I'm starting to see how they created these structures, and this is why I ain't afraid of AI at all. Like, AI is
it's the future
cure to bureaucracy.
You think so?
You can, yeah, I know so. Because if it's used properly, you can program it. Like,
you think AI can run its own bureaucracy?
I don't think what do you mean by that? Yes, I do.
Think like AI can, in a way, take place of certain roles?
Absolutely. So, bureaucracy is kind of used as a term as for a process of administrative action that slows down correction or action to cure the problem. Like, okay, James Comey. Do you remember that name? He's the FBI director that wrote 86 in seashells, and 86 means like off somebody.
Okay.
And he posted that and put something about Trump, and now he's getting charges like brought up on him for like stuff. this is the guy who let Russiagate happen and all these fake FISA warrants and let all these people get spied on that
Like privacy breach?
that had completely no right. Like this is like the rest of his life in prison. They don't bring charges on that. They're going to bring charges about seashells in the sea sand. Like, so
what sense does that make?
What are we doing?
What the people have lost is their ability to prosecute something. Like somewhere in our common law, in our federal law, like there has got to be a way for a private citizen to bring a case against somebody and prosecute themselves and to make the charge.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, and if we can't, if a law enforcement is so selective that you could break hundreds of laws and at the top level of the FBI not be held accountable, and then after you're not in the FBI, you write 8-6 in the sand and they go after you for that, but not go back after you retroactively for what you did for, they have all the records.
But the thing is, they just don't want to recognize it because they know that it's going to fall back on somebody eventually. And someone's going to have to take accountability and the blame for it. And nobody's going to want to.
The system itself cannot collapse. So you can't do anything that may endanger the actual system. The one rule of power is to stay in power.
Yeah.
How do you stay in power? Are you in power if you can be held accountable?
No, because someone else has more power than you.
So the people
You
have
to answer to someone above.
the
Yeah, you
the
gotta be the
government.
boss.
Like, how do citizens create something where the government has to answer to them?
You have to obey.
Have to, or will stand down. Like
Surrender, basically.
like my thing is like, look, you know, like
Yeah.
at city council meetings, you know, like I wish I could create a veteran group that could support, you know, hundreds of veterans showing up at city council meetings, and when they tell the person, "Oh, you can't talk about that," or "You cussed," or it's no longer your time, and those police come to take them away, 100 veterans step up and say, "No, we fought for this right. We'll fight you. Let's go." Like, like
We already fought enough.
like listen, like I just, oh God,
We've already fought enough, but we could keep
But
fighting. We have to.
it's already in us. Like, why are we not?
Exactly.
You know, like,
You already seen your friends.
what did we do it for? If we'll sit here, like, we don't know why we did it.
Exactly.
Do you know you still know why you did what you did? Truthfully?
Jesus Christ, America, what are we doing?
Okay, I don't know why I did what I did, but I know here, if I'm standing up from a citizen's rights from being deprived,
You know what you're standing up for. Right then and there. You're not just mindlessly
and if I was
going
willing
against.
to give my life for something I didn't know, just because they were giving
You'd
me a
rather give your life
paycheck.
for something that you know rather than something that you don't.
And
That's what you mean.
that's the oath to against any enemy, foreign or domestic. Our domestic enemies are the government who won't do their job.
Yo, they're not helping us. They're putting us down more.
They're keeping in place a class and power structure that can't be penetrated. Like the Epstein files, my God.
So nobody
If
can.
that-
Nobody
if-
wants to talk
if
about
that,
it.
if that didn't cause a revolution overnight by every red-blooded man in America to allow that type of network to exist in our country and then have zero accountability, 3 million files of proof. Like I have 500 pages of proof, and I'm
3 million.
They got 3 million.
They
Like
got a room full of pages.
There's
But
a lot
somehow-
of evidence,
somehow
but
nobody
it
knows
always
anything,
goes
right?
And gets swept under the rug for some reason, and nobody knows nothing
It's
about
crazy.
like there's ways I don't know how, but there's ways for common law, like where enough citizens can convene a court.
The mayor has to listen, then, doesn't he?
Let me ask you a question. Wait a second. Wait, let me interrupt him a second. I want to ask this question. With ombudsman, in any way, do you think they help you out? Or do you think they're more of a IA entity?
Yes, internal affairs, were they covered up?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the cops policing the police. You can't do that. Like veterans should be in all of those fields that keep the government accountable, whether it's the police, and we're allowed to show up to the scene too and be like, oh wait, you're violating his rights. Like cops, they arrest you for laws that they're just guessing at. They know won't stick. Like they're not. There's no accountability that they arrested you and that wasn't. And then you got to prove your innocence from a bogus charge. That's why you got so many drop charges. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, like and that's bad faith. See, like their oath covers that. Like, and that's where like we have to learn how not to just go after their badge number and report them, but their badge is connected to an oath. That oath is connected to a bond. Their security is off of that bond. That's money. You have to sue the bond to get to the securities to get restored and be made whole. They actually, like every time you have a case and every time like you have an interaction off of that, it's the same thing like your social. It's connected all the way back to the Fed. They never close out the case. Like even when it's closed, they'll leave like $50 on there, so then they can start securitizing it, and somehow they're able to generate money from that. Like if you have a bond, you can sell a security because it's bonded. So they don't like. That's why these courts, oh my God, they're not common law courts. They're it's equity. We're property. Like the judge is a trustee. We're all of that stuff. It hasn't been ferreted out the right way to where we can unite and go, these courts are illegal. And there's things that are getting close. Like there's this, I wish I had the exact name, but what they're doing is in states where there's felonies, like by the Constitution, you have to convene a grand jury. A lot of the southern states have put in laws that as long as there's probable cause is not, but by one judge is not a grand jury. Everybody who has been convicted under those laws is unconstitutionally in jail. And that means murderers. Like you think about it, you don't want to let out all these bad people, but that's why like it's so important, the chain of evidence. If it's not followed correctly, one thing can throw out a whole case, because if you allow that one thing, that sets a precedence, and then that precedence is unjust for all. So it's better to let go one murderer because of one mistake than to make something unjust for everybody.
So better to blame one person than everybody else.
Like let one person go. We gotta
Throw
let this one go
under
away.
the bus and everybody else will be fine.
It doesn't throw him under the bus. It lets him go. Like it doesn't. You don't get convicted. Like you have to let him go because you fucked up. Like if you don't
Caught a loophole. Caught a loophole.
like how many people have got like they confessed to something and they didn't read them their rights and they have to
They
let
can
them
just walk
go.
away, right?
Violated his rights.
Now that's
Constitution.
that's supposed that's a protection, but also that's a bad thing. But they can't take that away from everybody just to catch this one bad guy. So
That's the Constitution.
I got a question for you, boss. When I asked you what brought you joy, you mentioned reading the Bible.
yeah.
Are you a faithful man? Do you believe in faith?
It's more real than what we see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you try to make sense out of what we just seen and talked about, and then talk about reality is more real than faith, like
It's more joyous than what we see going on out there.
It holds a lot of power.
It's more joyous to me.
it leads you to truth, man, and that's what I find in it is it deals with this type of injustice, and It's usually endurance that is the answer. That's the hard part.
How strong you are?
Like there's a scripture that says, withstand. When you can't withstand anymore, just stand.
Dino, you're a believer as well, right?
And when you can't stand, don't change. Just don't change. And that's kind of what gets me in trouble every time.
Wait, I just want to grasp that real quick.
Yeah.
So you said
Withstand. Stand up. Take a stand.
And then when you can't
take a stand no more,
it.
withstand.
Withstand.
No, withstand. When you can't withstand anymore, just don't change. And that don't become like become immovable. So when they tell me, no, you can't fill out this form, like you're gonna have to remove me.
At the end of the day, do you think that's gonna help you or put you down?
Yeah, enough. That's the only thing that can be done. Okay, so you can do that. Like when a right is taken from you and you're
furious,
you invoke it, and they're telling you can't have it. It's either you do what they say or you stand on your rights, which actually has to take some faith, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Like freedom of speech is not freedom of speech if somebody can tell you to shut up. You have to believe in it until you get arrested for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's what he does every single day. So, and this is where government and religion, like we think of them as different things, but it's two sides to one coin. There's no religion that doesn't want governance over your life. Not one religion you can join and be like, they ain't got to change nothing.
You gotta look up to him. You gotta look up to the person.
So,
you gotta obey them, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that was that's a complex thing too, but government, there's no government that doesn't want you to believe in it, because believing in the government is obedience, and that's what allows the structure,
the power they get. That's how they get the power.
Exactly. So the solution was there's an establishment of a new government, an eternal government. One that would last forever.
And it can't be changed?
No.
Yo, Dino, I want to hear a little bit from you and your perspective. What do you think about faith?
About faith? So what I see what goes on in this world, I mean, I would rather have, look towards that than to look towards anything else, because, I mean, there's not a lot of hope in a lot of things that are going on in life, but there's a lot of hope in that. For me, from my perspective, I see it as a way to vent. I see it as a way to pray for things, pray for my family, me, my friends. I see it as a way, an outlet. It's definitely an outlet. I mean, to sit there and read the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament, whatever, I mean, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, but,
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, but I mean, it consumes time. When time tries to consume you, that's what I look at it. When time tries to consume you, take a little time out and read a little bit of the scripture. Read a little bit of scripture. Maybe go to church. Sit next to an old folk or something like that. Sit next to, some people, and then go to, talk to them afterwards, because there's always a meeting after a meeting, they say, when you go to, like, church and stuff,
Well, in a way, could you say, like, it has saved their life in a little bit, like, in a way?
A lot of ways.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of foxhole prayers and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie. I've done a lot of foxhole prayers. I feel like I had to. In positions I was put in.
Is this true? This is an old saying I used to hear. There's no atheist in a foxhole.
Yeah.
That means when you're.
I'm sorry. What's a foxhole?
What do you mean by that? Yeah.
When you're fighting,
when you're down
in a foxhole and you're
boots on the ground. We call it boots.
Yeah,
we call it boots on the ground.
But
yeah.
I got some. So, what do you guys think about faith and how it works itself out?
I just want to give an example. I'm not even lying. 3 months ago, I always prayed before I go to bed. I just pray like, I hope I want to take my content. I want to take like what I'm doing serious. I hope like I could be putting like I hope I could be giving light to talk about what I want to do. Guess what? I pay for that, and I'm in front of 5 cameras on a podcast. I'm consistently on, and I'm telling my story. I'm telling what I wanted to do. I'm giving everything like I got, and I'm truthful about it. I'm humble about it. I'm here. You heard? And that's all because I believed, I had faith that one day it's gonna happen. Let me just keep faith, keep doing what you're doing, stay consistent, and never give up. Cause then faith, never giving up, being consistent, all of that together is a recipe for success. And I should just never give up. Stay consistent. That's faith right there. Never giving up.
Telling yourself a lot to him.
Yeah, I think that faith is.
You have to be mentally strong so you can convince yourself what you believe in. That's all it is. Is first believing it, seeing it, and achieving it. That's all. That's what it's all about, bro. But
it's a way of.
It's a lot of injustice in this world, and
it's a way of about going.
I'm grateful that we're able to talk about it here. All this injustice stuff that's going on in this country, about all these war vets that's being mistreated.
It's always good to look to something positive like that, and just believing in.
Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot of demons in my life.
It's a cold fucking world. You heard? It's a cold world out here.
That a lot of people could turn to
in a
bad time, and it can give them a sense of comfort.
Cause
and it can make them feel like they're in a good place, regardless of the situation that they're in, and it saved a lot of people's lives. Like people will turn to believe.
This world is not just.
Last night it saved his life.
Yeah.
We know this world is not rainbows and sunshine every single day.
That he's here with us today, and that if he's not, hurt or anything.
Yeah, he's here breathing, and we're alive today. That's all that matters. We're breathing and we're alive.
And I ain't gonna lie, I have those thoughts. I have those kind of thoughts, and I'm not gonna say the word. I have those kind of thoughts. Thoughts like that go through my mind a lot. There's things that have happened.
In the 6th grade, there was a girl who tried to do that when we was like just 10 years old. Like, I kept thinking, what would make a 10-year-old do that?
What do you think makes people get to that point? Like, what's the drive? Like, why do people consider things like that? Like, from a perspective like that? Like, I don't understand.
It's just like you feel like you're a bottomless pit. You got nothing left to fight for. There's nothing left.
I have a question for you.
Solution to all the problems.
Do you think that's just that being mentally?
There is.
I have a question. Do you think that's just? I'm not saying blaming that's the mentally weak, but you think those people who do that are not all mentally there or like mentally weak? Like they need support. I'm not saying that it's their fault, but
there's a lot of mental disease in this world, man, that needs to be addressed. And needs to be taken care of.
For sure.
First and foremost. I mean, that's like my number one issue. I can't even walk with somebody behind me. I have to, he doesn't even notice it a lot, but I have to move to the side and back up a little bit because, he's behind me. Or if somebody's behind me all the time, I get those, PTSD, flashbacks. War, right? There's a lot of stuff to do with that. Yeah, there's a lot to do with that. So,
Yeah. And once again, I'm grateful for your service. Thank you for your service.
It happens. You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
I know it's not easy, and I can't put myself in your shoes, like the stuff you've seen, but America, we gotta do better. These are the superheroes. These are the people. These are the guys that put on the capes and fought for our country, for our freedom, for what we have today, for the power we have, and this is how we get you. This is how we treat them.
That's what we come here for. This is what we come here for. This is
what has happened.
So bring light to the situation.
They know. They hear us.
Yeah, they listen
right here. They hear us. I mean, they know.
So
this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what goes on in life. This goes on to a lot of people. It's not just him. It's not just me.
It happens to so many other people, and they're in worse situations, and it's just like they don't even have a voice or anything to turn to, anybody to go to, and they end up, in very bad spots, and they end up turning to very bad things.
I'm not gonna say that there aren't things out there that can, that can, can't help you. There are a lot of things out there that can help you, but when you put everything into it, and then nothing prevails, then what? When you have minds like like we served, and a lot of things go through our minds, and a lot of things, happen, mentally. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is the whole thing. That's what's going on with the veterans. Not only just the funding and all that stuff and getting housing for veterans,
Mentally,
and just letting them eat, not eating out of garbages. And
These people serve and they end up, going through all these.
I see people eating out of garbage pails. I saw a guy pick fruit off the ground.
You're supposed to have those benefits, and you're supposed to get help. There's so many people that just get thrown to the side, and you guys sacrifice.
War veterans eating out of garbage.
Understand why the switch? Like when they stop trying.
Why do they stop trying?
Please elaborate
on that. Yeah, we gotta know that.
Because Dina, like what you just said, you go through all those avenues and nothing avails. The pain that you have to deal with all the effort and all the things that you had to do, and you were told to be made better, and then nothing came of it. How many times are you going to do that till you go just do your own thing? And if the only thing you can do is be on the street, like, you still own that life.
How is it being on the streets? Like, honestly, like, how is it being on the streets day to day, like, living through situations like that? Because I'm grateful experienced to say something like that. And,
yeah,
we're grateful to be in the circumstances that we're in.
It's a lot less stressful than going through.
Really?
All of this shit.
Really? Living in the streets is better than having to go through all of that. Not better, but I'm saying, like, it's an option.
It's less stressful.
It's an option
Even
that you guys don't want to turn
outside?
to, but because it's the latter of things.
You can find solutions to problems of nature. You're cold, you get warm. You're warm, you get cool. Like, these people are saying, like, this is cold, it needs to get warm. Here's how it gets warm. You do all those things, and it doesn't ever get warm. And it turns it into, like, illusion. And then it makes you feel like you're the one who's crazy because you're so adamant, and so you know better than all of these professionals and directors. And I'm like,
you look at your Mr. Know-It-All.
I'm like, do you know how to read? Because I'll show you I do. I'm not going to read that. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what they said.
So because you're not at a higher possession than they are, they don't have to listen to you because who are you, basically?
Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No, sir.
What's
Elaborate.
That? So Dunning-Kruger, I forget where it came out. Not too long ago, like early 2000s, late 90s.
Okay.
So Dunning-Kruger was like a study. Like the people who are experts actually have more doubt and feel like they're not an expert at what they're an expert about, more than the people who know a little bit about something.
They just say whatever they know about
and
it.
And they think they know everything.
They're the expert. They're professional.
So here's what's happened.
Because they're at this level, they think that they're just better than everybody below them.
Here's what's happened. They've taken the expertise from the experts and distilled it into credentials for the idiots. And then when you have credentials, then you're a credentialed expert who can't think. And it's see, I'm certified.
So it's a hierarchy.
Oh.
It's a social hierarchy. It's a pyramid.
And it's actually like one of those things we subconsciously accept. And I seen it when I got a trespass from Bellevue because I was the health proxy for like an older mentally handicapped guy, and like he could make it around the city on a subway without a phone, but he didn't wash every day and he can't make his food. Wow. And he's in this program, and like I've seen him every day, and it's been like months, and like he hasn't. I'm like, you guys need to help him bathe. Like, what's going on here? Like, he
needs assistance,
you know. And then we get into his life, and it's a fight, and they want it like the hospital. We get him put in the hospital, get his infections taken care of, and then the program that he's in finds out, and they have like some sort of stewardship over him, and that trumps the health proxy. But I'm in the hospital, and they're saying he can't. They want him to leave with these people, but he has his own choice. He's saying he wants to leave with me. And then they say, oh, well, he can't make his own decisions. That's when the health proxy kicks in, is when the patient can't make his own decisions. They put me in cuffs. bring me down,
My
give
peeps,
me
you
a
listening to this?
trespass, and then when I walk into the court, right? Like usually walk into courts and it's marble and it's like like
Fancy.
it's official.
Yeah.
This one's like an old fucking schoolhouse or something. It's like
Torn
Manhattan
down.
Civil. Like it's just like, and then I see the uniforms, and the uniforms are like the only like symbol of power in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Authority.
And I'm like laughing, like, oh my god, this is how much of a joke this court is. And what it mostly was like people jumping over train stops, and the cops would write the ticket wrong, and that's all the prosecution would have to say. And they would just throw it out. So it's like they're wasting everybody's time, and they're putting on this show. And I think that they wanted to dismiss mine. I'm like, no, I want to go to trial. Like
take this shit to trial.
like, I want to bring these cops up on
taking
the
this to
stand.
trial.
I wanted to put someone up for accountability.
And my next court date came up, and I couldn't make it, and they dismissed it without me because they knew I was standing on rights. And it's like, this is such a false.
So they didn't want you to show up and give your word
Maybe
out.
you should.
They should have put a warrant out for me.
You need to start documenting.
But they
this
didn't.
stuff.
Aren't they supposed to put out a warrant when you don't show up for court?
Yeah, I haven't looked it up, but I've been in contact with the police.
Not if something's up for dismissal.
Well, this is
It's already,
guys.
it's already
No, but if
determined
you
that
don't
it's
show
up
up
for
for court, that
dismissal.
should be a
Yeah.
warrant. Period. If it hasn't been dismissed, you get a warrant for not showing. So they're like, oh, he's not here. We can dismiss it because we know he won't agree with the dismissal. I'm like, no, you guys brought this up. I ain't dismissing it. So we have to start to analyze like where exactly like the roots of power come from, understand what they're rooted in. I don't know, like plant our own seeds, start uprooting. Like, I'm kind of seeing the.
So do you think what they did in the 20s is able?
Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way.
Is it possible to do it now?
Yeah,
today?
it's the only way. Yeah, and it's almost for everything. Like literally.
But it shouldn't be. It should be peaceful, right? Or what?
It should be peaceful to a point. I mean, like, listen, they wrote it right there for us. It says the branches of liberty should be refreshed often. Like, what happens to branches when you trim them? They die. It's not that the people need to die, but we like
change.
You have they have the system so. Oh, what is the word? God, it's like Spider-Man with the fucking hologram movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's how long it took him to the very end to realize it's a hologram, you know? Like, and how do we do it? Like, because they keep everything so, like, they've calculated our lives so well. Like, minimum wage. Okay, if we make food this expensive, gas this expensive, they can only make this much. They only have this much free time. They can only be this much a pain in our ass.
Everybody's gonna be living paycheck to paycheck, paying so they can't.
Like, you don't have time to go check your government.
Keeping everybody busy. It's a rat race.
So, and there's solutions to this. Like, this happened in history. 120 people stayed in a room for 20 days and prayed, and in 300 years they created a community so united and so recognized that the Roman government handed its authority over to them.
That's powerful.
Like, there's a way and here's how they did it. They lived life together daily. They shared all things in common, and they had no needs among them. If you have no needs among them, see, that's when you can fight. That's when you can stand up. That's when you can go serve. That's when you can go solve the problems and not just work to survive.
Yeah.
But we have community. Like, we can't do it without community. And what, like, how do we learn to how do we have good community? Well, what was the most explosive cultural changing community that the world has ever seen? What did they do? It says they loved each other.
Peace and love, you think?
Well, love, yeah, peace and love, yeah, but like love has a element of justice.
You're talking about the beginning of Christianity, right?
Yeah, the kingdom of God. So like this is like, and this is what I was gonna ask you, like, where did you guys get your ideas of faith, and how was it presented to you, and how do you still like the structure or form of it?
So I'm not gonna say I go to church every Sunday, but my parents,
Good.
my family.
I'll tell you why later.
Yeah, so my family, we're Dominican, so we're very religious. Very religious. So we're Catholic. I always remember my grandmother would wake up every morning, go to the Bible, get on her knees and pray to it. So I remember that it's respect. You always have to, like, in the Dominican culture, religious plays a huge factor because that plays factor in respect, morals, just everything, character, how you come up, your humbleness. I feel like that's good. Everybody needs that in their life. Everybody needs faith. Everybody needs something to look up to, not
It's a
to look
proper
down
way
to.
of guidance as well.
Before you start yours, so what I heard was, see, your grandma got up and did something, and the word faith kind of, the way we use it is just as belief, but I think what you respected in her was her faithfulness.
Yes.
She did it every morning.
Yeah, every
she was
morning.
faithful to it. So, and you also knew what she was doing it for was a good thing. So it was both and. You have to have faith and then be faithful to it.
Dedicated.
And would you say that that's like an accurate?
Very much, yes.
Dedicated.
It's pretty much similar to him. Like, I have parents that, like, you know, they gave me a good upbringing, like they believe, you know, and I would just try to follow their ways. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, like I know everything, but I have some questions, you know, like the next person does. But I do believe, like, my parents have tried to show me what they know and pass down their ways to me, and I think that's something positive, you know.
That's good. And it would,
like, my father, he reads the Bible a lot, you know, and every time I'll have a conversation with him, like, he would try to bring it up in a certain way, and like, but in a positive way, like, you know, like how that could be an example, you know, of going about certain situations in life. And to be honest, he's right with a lot of things. Like, it actually does show, and it surprises me because, you know, when certain things happen, I would actually stop and think about that, like, wow, this has a lot of connection.
This happened before. Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
what if, so, like, I feel like the way faith is presented to us with church and from our parents, and this is kind of like a difficult thing and kind of like a box I've jumped out of, is, and it's very hard to say this, like, the Sunday morning church is completely wrong. And
How so?
so
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm not saying I go to church every Sunday either, but like, I just want to know, like, what's your perspective? Why do you think so?
So, like, the church came out of a community that shared all things in common, lived life together daily, had no needs among them. Typically, when you go to church, like, you'll go with one or two other people. Like, you'll talk to a couple people. You might go out to lunch, and you won't see them again until next Sunday if they're there. That ain't community. And then you'll do communion. Like, communion, the Lord's Supper, the Last Supper was a meal that, and the way it was followed afterwards was a meal, and they'll hand you a little cup that has a seal and a little wafer, and you know what I mean? Like, they've reduced everything down to like the easiest possible consumer thing, but there's such a powerful truth in it. You can still like gain perspective and knowledge and whatever.
There's still something useful out of that information.
But if it was presented to you in a way that if you do this,
you talking about this?
No, like, this is like what it says.
Like just something, like a certain example.
No, what it says. Then the world system will have no authority over you. Now, they got to a point in community where the authority that was over them, which could kill them for their faith, like literally, like, dip them in oil, burn them as a street lamp, or put them in the Coliseum and make them fight
Put them
animals.
against a lion or some shit.
right? That they had such community that they could, unless they got caught, they could live out their faith faithfully, right? Now we're free, and we can't figure out how they did it, or we refuse to do it as they did it. See, when my life depends on you and your life depends on me, we have to be in a certain level of agreement.
On the same page.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we look at how church plays out, we're in agreement only because we will sing the same 3 songs. We'll listen to the same guy for an hour and a half. And we'll wait till we're dismissed. And then we'll come back. That is not a very strong structure to change the world. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, those who have turned the world upside down have come here also. That means when Christianity spread, when it came to a place, it changed the whole culture. And it changed the whole culture in a way. Let me explain to how the transfer of power happened. There was a plague in Rome. All the elites, the people with money and power, left because they're scared of the plague. Mm-hmm. The Christians who they persecuted stayed and took care of the Roman citizens. When the elites got back, they're like, why did you do this? We've been feeding you and torturing you for 300 years, feeding you to animals and torturing you for 300 years. They said, well, they'd go to hell and we'd be just like you. They're like, do you want to run all the social services in Rome? After a while of that, they did it so well, Rome only went back to paganism one time. That guy was killed very quickly, and they went back. So the poor were being taken care of. Those who serve actually have the authority to lead. So that's why the government took over all the social services.
Okay.
See, you need them. And it's not a service because they owe it to you because you're their boss. But then they they flipped it upside down. It's no longer voluntary out of the heart. We took it, we monetized it, and we control it. So you can't, I guess we can do it personally. So if you understood faith as a government, right? So if Jesus came here and established the kingdom of God, but you can't see it. I mean, can you see the American government? Right? Like, you can't see it. So you have to have faith in it. See, but if you believe this unseen government is the government that is ruling the nations now, and you're a citizen of it, and you can petition it. Petition is the same word, prayer, petition. We think prayer like we're asking, we're asking. It's more along the lines of, all right, God, you said this, and I'm asking you to fulfill this, just like the government says, if I fill out this form, I'll get this.
So you don't look at it as you look at it as a conversation or like an agreement, like a negotiation?
I mean, there's different types of praying, but like this is the way that we don't, like, nobody looks at it as, and we just kind of throw it up to an ethereal.
It's up to whoever.
This is gonna
think about it.
Yeah, this is gonna happen if I have enough faith in it. But there's not an authority that you feel like you have to actually receive what you asked for. So I would say, like, believing in that unseen government is the religion. So what they don't really teach us much about the government of Christ or the kingdom of God, because they just believe and you're saved. Like,
so it's a believe and you're good.
Yeah,
You're not gonna go to hell.
Yeah, that's like, it's so bad.
So believe in us or you're going to hell. That's what it is.
Well, even if you just believe, like, there's a scripture that says that, many will call me Lord on that day, and then we feed the poor in your name, cast out demons, heal the sick. He said, depart from me, I never knew you. I've never cast out demons, and I've never, like, healed the sick, but and I wouldn't know how to, like, This is why we have to work out our salvation in fear and trembling, and not just be sure, oh, okay, I believed and we're good. If your faith in your government, the American government, your belief in your government, that you have the freedom of speech and you never used it, did you believe in your government? No, right?
Oh.
So, when you take that same reasoning and you realize the things that are available to you and you never know how to use them or access them with a community, are you believing in the government? So the point is it's not to get to heaven. Before we can get to heaven, it says all Christ's enemies have to be his footstool. We have to defeat them. It's not this world war and everything's going to get so, like, doesn't everybody think about the apocalypse? Like, it's going to get so bad, like, right? Like, there's nothing that can be done, and then Christ comes back when everything's burning, and
He saves the day.
and he saves us. It's not going to be like that at all. Like, he's waiting for us to take over the government through selfless service and sacrifice and endurance in the truth and righteousness and justice, and to not back down from it.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people who have done that, and they've
been killed for it.
They kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's not that, like, you have to find your place where standing like that you have peace with. And you have to, you know, it's not like I can't tell you how to do it. It's a relationship, you know, and just like, it's like learning how to file a motion in court or file a permit for an outside thing.
I never done that before, but yeah.
Right. And there's because we don't know, like, how to be a good we're not taught how to be a good citizen. We're not taught how to use our government.
It's the people who raise you, right?
Yeah, it's the people who bring us up and show us these
or
things.
a product of your environment.
Yeah. That too. It could be a product of your environment as well.
I don't even know if, like, what we, right? Like, if you see your parents get a ticket and they pay it, like, okay, that's how that works.
Yeah.
You never fight the ticket until you read it, and then you, wait, I can fight this. You know what I mean? Now you
don't think you have authority at the time, but until you realize you do.
So like one time, I was getting a job and they wanted a county background check for 5 years to make sure I've been arrested in the county for 5 years. I was like, okay, I haven't been arrested, but this is where my the Florida man. Have you ever heard of that? The Florida man, like the craziest stories.
Yeah, like it's just crazy people, just the wildest things. Yeah,
I'm the start of that. I'm the original Florida man.
Mm.
Really? And I can prove that.
Really?
Yes.
How come?
The trend started in 2005, and what I did right in 2004, it was when Michael Vick was fighting dogs.
The dog case.
Man buys dog. Like, and I was like, I've never heard a joke previous to me, and I actually looked it up, and I looked up like the usage of the term and all that. Like, it went for me, and then it just became a thing, and like, so
the trend started.
So. But this is where
Mr. Trendsetter himself.
Where it's so crazy to think that incident that you put a 19-year-old who I was a veteran at that time. This is where oh my God, I don't even know what I was on before, but
you were 19.
Well, no, it was right before that.
Did you grow up religious? Your parents religious?
I went to church and stuff, but like, if you are a thinking person, you start to realize, like, if you look back at a clock and worship starts at the same time every time, and they're like, the Spirit's leading us, and like, the Spirit's leading us at the same time every time. That's a little weird now. And then when you realize like all you're doing is coming to listen to the same person tell a sermon, and there's a billion sermons online. Why am I coming to? And then you realize all the money that's going to this is literally to support this one person's hour-and-a-half speech.
And he's gonna have a Rolls Royce parked outside, ready to pick him up with a show.
Yeah, that happens a lot, and you know,
private
like,
jet funding.
and then they justify it with scripture. The worker deserves his wages.
The reason why we have this private jet is to get to the next
So
location.
it's giving a
Like,
reason
come on,
for
private jet, yo.
actions.
Oh man. Well,
So it's corruption. in
see,
there?
like James said, "Show me your faith, I'll show you my works." So, like, let's put that in terms of Eli, right? He believe, like, we can have somebody say they believe in the First Amendment, they'll die for it. They, you know, they're online keyboard warrior file stuff,
yeah.
but they never stepped out on the street and tested it.
It's like somebody watching right now.
Eli,
Okay.
like, you believe in freedom? Like, you believe you have freedom of speech? Like, he could say yes, and he could say no because he's been shut down so many times. You know, and if he's in one of those, he's like, no, man, we don't have freedom of speech. Look at all these examples I have. Blah, blah, blah. One, like, he worked his faith out. This one never did any. He just believed. Like, if you,
He put in the work, basically.
well, like, belief isn't just the only thing. And this is where, like, knowing the Bible and knowing these principles where Jesus, like, he said, even demons believe and tremble. So belief is not the category. If demons believe and you believe,
You're a demon.
no, but are you getting to heaven? Are you any better than the demon just because you believed? So where does the belief turn into action? What we could have is what we could have is a community again. Not you guys may be, but like my parents.
I will look. Can I say something, please? Because my father, I did had an interview for a college project.
Yeah.
And he told me when he grew up in the Dominican Republic, in that neighborhood where everybody, it doesn't matter if you're the poorest or the richest, everybody played on the same block with the same toys. If you were hungry and your mother's friend is cooking, she's gonna tell you come in. Everybody come in. You have a plate.
Tell me this. They can spank you, and if one kid messed up, the other parent could correct.
Yo,
Oh man, it used to be like that all the time.
Next time he
yeah.
acts up, do it again. It don't matter.
They will look out for each other.
This is my third time saying this on the podcast. I
But
feel
they
like
would also perform
Bro,
action on each other,
if
like meaning like they will
if every
correct you.
spoiled kid
It doesn't
would-
matter who.
If every spoiled kid would just go to DR for like 2-3 days, they'll be straightened up. They'll be a militant soldier. They'll be thank you. Yes,
Because
ma'am.
there's
Yes,
a
sir.
way of life there, but it's a positive.
He told
way.
me that when he moved to the
village.
When he moved to New York, he doesn't have that same feeling. He feels like everybody's just in their own. Like
There's no
everybody's in
structure.
their own lane.
There's no structure.
Nobody's gonna say hi, good morning, wave. Nobody's gonna have that like family community mentality that he grew up in Bonao, which is the every Dominican Republic grew up. He was the richest person in the neighborhood. I'm not gonna lie. His grandmother had pet monkeys. She owned businesses. She was married to the mayor, but that didn't change the person who he was. That didn't change. All his friends who were poor, who didn't have sneakers, they will run into his
Because
house.
that also comes with the upbringing. That's the way, like what their parents taught
his
them.
parents always taught them none of this matters.
Socialized into it.
Money
That's
is not
your
a-
subconscious. That's
Yeah.
what you learn.
Money is not the thing. It's how you treat people, how the moral, your respect.
That has more
Bro,
effect. That does have more effect because people remember you more for that than just.
He said the community in New York when he moved to the U.S. Nobody's gonna say hi to you. Nobody's gonna wave you down in the morning. Nobody's gonna say yo good morning. It's none of that.
It's none of that.
Everybody
All that
keeps to
is-
themselves. Everybody just ignore everybody. Everybody's mean. Everybody's gang. Like yo, it's crazy. It's totally different when you go to over there. Everybody, you don't even have to know the
It's
person.
a
They're gonna
different
teach you like
change of
family.
scenery and just a whole nother
Oh
environment.
my
that's
god.
like,
It's a whole different culture.
yeah, there's nothing like this
and
at
the
all.
thing, they don't. That's the problem over here. Is about money. It's about who has status, who has this, who
Over
has
there,
that.
it's a lot about respect.
Nobody
and
cares about what you have
morals
over
and-
there. You can
yeah.
walking footless with no shoes, no shirt, just pants on.
So basically, they're just honoring you because you're a human.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not
That's how
because
it
of
should be.
what
Not because
car
of
you
your
have.
status,
It's not
just
because of
because
the
of
car
how you
you
are as a
have, the house,
person.
the roof you have over your head. It's not about the shoes you wear. The none of that.
So the more individualized you get, the less you see individual humans as an image of.
Because nobody has money over. I'm not gonna say they're broke, but like nobody has.
So they need each other.
Yes.
A lot of people rely on each other there. That's the thing. The reliability and the unity that they all have, that's what leaves a lasting
It's a third world
impact.
country. The currency isn't expensive. Everything is cheap. Everything
They're more
is...
humble over there
Yeah.
too. Like they have a lot of, humility. Like,
Oh my God.
So let me put this recipe together for you, right? If I created a government that individualized you, gave you enough material so you didn't need anybody, told you were free, and then gave you the biggest weapons, so 100 million people off the earth could die and it wouldn't affect your life at all.
In the tap of a button.
It wouldn't affect your life at all. Your gas prices, your shit, all your stuff stays the same. How do you care about that? It's almost impossible because you have all this and you're being told like you're free, you're good, you that's not you, you're individualized. See, in church, they make everything about your individual salvation. That's where it started. Because once you're saved, I'm good. I'm telling you as much as I could. I don't know if you're gonna make it, but I'm gonna make it. And if you affect me making it, I might put some separation.
Might have to get away from you.
Put some separation between you. Where's the love in that? If the love military, hey,
That's just fear. It's fear at that point. It's not even love. It's fear.
There we go. Now, Jesus overcame death. Can you fear it? If you don't fear it, what can they do to you?
Nothing.
I didn't care about dying last night.
I'm gonna come back. Don't worry.
I didn't care about dying when I
none of that crossed their mind at all.
when I told the sergeant at the VA that if you don't give me this bag lunch, you're gonna have to shoot me.
Really?
Yeah, literally. No, yeah. If you don't give me these clothes after getting out of jail, after getting attacked in the veteran shelter at 3:00 in the morning, and it's 40 degrees, it's raining. I got a t-shirt, basketball shorts, no shoes, and I'm blind without my glasses. Like, we can't give you those clothes. Like, yeah, they're on the 14th floor. First door on your right. I don't have a key to that. Like, you have to have a key because it's a federal building, and if there's a hostage situation, you have to have a key to
It's
every
making
door.
your life miserable.
I go, so, because I know that, what I'm going to tell you is, I'm going to sit right by this exit till the morning, or until you shoot me, or until you go get me some clothes.
Damn clothes.
And he goes, he comes down, he found shoes, sweatpants, jacket.
Right away.
And I'm like, thank you, man. Like, did we have to get to the point where I said I'm going to give my life because I'm not going to go outside naked, blind, and afraid? I didn't know New York at this time. I was pretty new. You know what it's like not knowing New York and you can't see the signs?
You're going to get hit by something.
You're freezing. It's raining.
Oh,
and I'm like,
God.
if a veteran can't go to the VA then, when can I'm like, look, okay, this is the time. If you really mean what you say, I mean what I say. Go ahead and do it. And he's like,
you have to push them to their job.
So I didn't fear death. And fear death, I was in the right. I was in the but we have to do that with 3 or 4 other people. Like, I think if Eli don't want to be no more part of this, but we go down to the federal courthouse, 42 Federal Street, 4 or 5 veterans, and go into Jason's office and be like, yeah, man, you're going to have to give an account for all this. Go ahead and call the police all you want. We'll be like, see, like, if they know that they have to do something so extreme that it's going to be reported on, like, why did you have to face down 5 veterans in your office, and why were they willing to die for this person getting their housing? How would he answer that fucking question? And then when it came out, oh wow, you mean you never even looked at this and he gave you all of this proof? Like, how do you explain that? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take much. Even with just like one other person, they listen to me like 10 times more. Like, if I have a veteran support, like peer support, they'll do shit that I've been trying to get done for months, and then the peer support person will be like, oh, that was that hard. I'm like, you have no clue what they do when you're by yourself.
So you need somebody to be respected.
You need somebody to be your witness.
To be heard. to be witnessed.
Somebody
That's why you need
needs
a
to
body
see.
cam. You need your own body cam.
But
You
that's
heard?
the thing. That's
But
what
see,
we're
need
going
that.
back
But
to, where you need to get your own thing so you can have this right then and there in a moment.
You can upload it so people.
then you can come on
and
and
so
show
the public can
peeps.
see what was
'Cause
going
not only
on,
for
the corruption.
yourself, so the people here can see it as well. Once you
there-
show it to the people
Bring
here,
light to the
there's
corruption.
no-
There's actually a thing I've created, like I've designed that, and I've designed it to where you could wear it, like, and it's kind of it's not
Like a
whatever.
harness or something.
No, it's not even.
Copy.
But the programming in it, right? Like, you know how they're using facial recognition, like what you're doing with your actions and all that. I built in a constitutional like analyzer, and it immediately it'll document like their face. If they have a name tag on, it'll do that. Then it'll take your question and their response, and start building a case for you. Like,
What kind of technology is being used to do that?
well, I mean, it's programming.
Mhm.
And if you program these things into it, and it can interpret the situation, like it would know immediately what happened to me, like me asking, first of all, me having to go to security and them determine whether or not I am supposed to be there or not. They're not the government. They're somebody who's hired by the government to secure the place, and they're using them as receptionists.
Copy.
Like, so how they enforce their bureaucracy is because their whole job is to build a record, and they document everything. So if you don't document it, only their record stands. This would it would automatically create a record, because you can't do what they do because your whole life isn't dedicated to creating a record. You know what I mean? And like, some people are meticulous and have that like ability to stay organized and keep everything they'll win. But that's what everybody needs, and everybody needs it all the time. Like, it's gotten to a place where they're surveilling us. We have to surveil them all the time, and we actually have to like be chill with one another. Like, if I'm recording you, like, bro, I'm just doing it because something could happen. It's
Yeah.
nothing about you. You know
They
what
don't
I
want
mean?
to take it personal. Now they want to mistreat you because
It's like
they don't want to listen.
one of the ways that we could, like, the shelter system, like the people in it could
Yeah.
start to solve it, is if they never met with a case manager without another resident, and you would
alibi,
and you would have to give up your HIPAA privacy rights. But like, if you're my boy and you're on my side, I don't care. You're there for my witness because I'm documenting this, you're documenting this, so that
it's not only just your word, it's another's word.
They isolate you because it's your word, not only against the case manager, then the housing specialist,
It's
then the
easier for
clinical
them to go
coordinator.
against
So you're more
your
vulnerable?
word than multiple people.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
what the point is.
so-
They know
That's what your point is. We're getting all these people together.
So they lure you to be by yourself, and then that's when they make you the most vulnerable.
it's the most vulnerable.
It's when they get
As you have
when
the
they
least
strike.
power,
That's when they strike, right?
and it's not. They don't even have to strike. They just have to ignore, and they have to let. And you punch yourself out, and then
You get gassed out.
you're exhausted. You either give up or you know,
Keep
and
fighting.
then there's so that cycle. Then you see it's useless. Like, if you can't swim and you try to swim 1,000 times, you're gonna keep trying to swim, or you're gonna start running. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something else. So people,
Plan B, Plan C,
so
plan
people just
word.
pivot, but that part of their life that they never resolved and don't know how to, that's still in them. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't go away. That's like an injury that we just stop, we ignore, and we just like
You push away to the side.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like these people without driver's licenses. Like you've heard all this stuff on licenses and like right to drive, and you know that's just true. Like, and now they have real videos of people getting away with it. Have you seen them? Like just a couple years ago, there were like no videos of people who said, "I have the right to travel," and the cops would let them go. Now people have figured out how to present it in a way where they keep their jurisdiction and right to travel. And those cops know if they violate that, if these people know this much, then they probably know how to go after me personally for stepping out of my bounds of my authority. And that's what we have to trace down, is where are the actual bounds of their authority? when they shut down, what do we need to have to get them to not be able to shut down, right? So like if they say like if 5, 10, 20 veterans showed up at HUD and was like, we want to talk to Jason, and they're like, no, and we go stand by the door, and they call federal security. There's 20 vets versus 20 security. You think you think they're actually gonna jump on us? That's too big of a story.
There's gonna be a civil war.
Listen, if Jason is in that office, he's got to come out at some point and face us.
You gotta clock out sometime.
Hey, yo, what up?
So how do we get him to face
What
us?
up, Eli?
Eli, how do
What's
we,
going on, Eli?
I'm on the shop production.
how do we get him to face us, Eli?
How do we go to
I
the
know
face
we're
what?
ending it, but how do we get him to face us?
To face what?
You got an
I got the chat furious over here because these guys over here are not challenging you on nothing. They just yes man, yes man, yes man.
Tell
Yes,
the chat
man.
to
So
challenge
the
me.
chat is crazy
Tell
because
me,
you
chat.
got yes man
Let
next
me
to
see
you.
the challenge.
You
Y'all
hear
just be
me?
chatting,
I'll
y'all.
make you
Who are
say
y'all?
yes
I'm ready
to
to read
chat.
the chat. Give me the question that you got. Shooter. Shout out to Gina for.
I'll make you
being on
say
the-
yes to
I don't got my
chat.
phone on me, so-
Challenge me. Where's the debater of the age?
My phone dead. I can't even check chat. Who the fuck a yes man? Ain't nobody, you know, yes man. The fuck. I'm tweaking. Y'all
We're
wildin'.
agreeing on stuff.
We're just-
That's a good thing.
We're just having a conversation. I'm letting him.
First question: do you consider yourself a socialist?
No.
No. What's the answer?
Now I know where you're getting that when I say share all things in common, have no needs among. That's all voluntary. Socialism isn't voluntary. That's forced, and that's why that doesn't work.
Eli, what they saying?
Give me more.
The government is not the creator. You are expecting in human what is only found in the divine.
Not if the divine is in you too. It says the Holy Spirit comes and lives in you and makes his home there. Your body is the temple of God. As I smoke a bowl. But, I mean, God did make this. So,
Are you sovereign?
do I have the right to rule myself?
I don't think I hear
Absolutely.
you.
Do I have the right to rule myself? Absolutely.
You're a sovereign citizen.
Do I have the right to enforce that sovereignty? Absolutely not. They violate me all the time.
What medications are you taking? There's no limit for these questions, my people. So drop it, and I'm dropping them.
Adderall and Valium, which I highly suggest versus, well, I guess I can't.
No, yeah, no
But
medical advice over here. You heard?
Check your depression and your anti-anxiety and your tranquilizers and all that stuff. Listen, the reason why controls are controls is because they do the same thing to you every time. Yes, they have an addictive quality, but if you use them right, like you're trusting half of these antidepressants, you look at the pharmacology of them, they don't even know the mechanism of action. They don't know why it works.
It's not medical advice, bro. He's talking nonsense over here.
I'm not talking nonsense. You look it up.
I know you. That's what.
Look up your.
Wasn't that what you did in the army too? As well?
Yeah. Look up your
Pharmacy
medication.
and shit, like
That's
all
how I know
drugs and all
that.
kinds
That's
of
how
shit.
I know that. Half the medication that they give for the mental health stuff, they don't know the reason why it does what it does. They don't the mechanism of action. It'll say unknown.
Gotcha.
So they got no clue.
Gotcha.
That's pretty scary.
And I told you two guys, because you
What
guys
up,
are over
what
there
up?
all quiet and shit.
Who
the
quiet?
energy you had before.
Eli, you
don't
chatting.
let him talk for 50 hours. Have questions. Don't let him run the whole because he's gonna go around the whole world.
Eli, the same
and you
person.
guys over here.
Eli, the same person that told me to be
What's
quiet.
that energy you had before?
Eli, you the same person that told me to be quiet.
What's that energy you
You the
had
same
before?
person telling me be quiet. Let the guest talk.
God, Lord,
It's a
me?
double- Yes.
Me?
You know what?
Yo, Eli, let's not get into it. Eli, let's not get into it. Eli, come on,
Dino
bro.
called you the other day. He goes, he's an interrupter
Me?
because he interrupts what's going on.
Just interrupted what's going on.
And then he brings it. He's like he the way he described it. He's like, and then he shows why he did it, and there's truth there. And I'm like, man, that is a great description, bro.
Why did I do what I do?
Adderall is not an antidepressant. It is a stimulant.
You're an idiot.
Okay, he said you're an idiot, but we're not giving medical advice.
Listen.
Call you a dummy.
If it releases dopamine or serotonin, it's gonna affect your mood, and that's not why I take the Adderall. The Adderall is more for that is a positive effect, but it helps you focus. And if you have ruminations and ideations and racing thoughts that you can't control, and you take something that allows your mind to focus on something that is not those things, then you've just cured that.
Let me interrupt the medical misinformation. When are you going to do it?
No, hold on. I'm saying that for me. That's what happens to me. I'm allowed to say that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not giving that as advice.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
But that's that. See, what they want to do. See, here's the statistics on antidepressants: is it takes 11 years and 13 tries for them to get it right. I said, because I know that statistic because I worked in the field. I go, you're not trying that with me. I know what will help me because I know my symptoms, and we're gonna try these first. And if they don't work, then we'll try your
doctor, and we are now over here recommending to do what he's doing.
No recommendation.
This is how you participate in your own care, or your doctor will put you on something that makes you a zombie. You don't even know why, and nobody goes and looks up their medication. But because I was trained on that skill, like, and I see how bad it's misused. Like you see somebody pull out a bag of 24 pills, which veterans often have. You're like, oh my god, like what's going? There's no way.
But do you believe that these medications help you?
Like it in what way? That's such a
can Adderall be
like? Does it bring back like stability? Like, does it make you like? Does it put you in a better place? Like, does it make you?
Is Adderall addictive? Can it lead
if
to
you
addiction?
misuse it? And there's ways that you can mitigate that, like just not.
Once again, he's not a doctor, and I'm not interrupting, but this is medical bullcrap.
No. Your brain, when you wake up, it has a certain amount of dopamine and serotonin.
Self-dosing.
And when, my prescription bottle says as needed, so I'm allowed to do it as needed.
Yeah.
And I told my doctor how I would do it, and he agreed with me. So. But your body takes 2 hours to absorb the serotonin or dopamine that it creates at night.
That's his body. He means his body.
He's
not talking about his own
body. It can have a different effect on other people. Yeah.
Or he's not talking about theirs. So you guys help me out changing this topic.
So if I take it,
you're the host. So
if I take it,
so I should be here by myself.
Let me finish it. So that's okay. I won't answer that question.
All right. Are you gonna do VA audits? Because you've spoken a lot about how you have a lot of this information and everything, but why don't you do an audit so you can document this and bring it in for the peeps?
So currently I have what's called an aggression flag because I've stood my ground so many times. How they write those like they don't just say he's refusing.
If you
can you audit or not?
I can't go to a VA without an appointment and a police officer following me.
So
around.
they view you as a threat. Basically,
yes.
But that's stopping you from recording. You can't record this and document this.
Like when I go to
why can't you like go and just do an audit?
So you can't record patients. Now that's a civil HIPAA violation, and unless they prosecute you, like there's really nothing they can do, because you do have the right to record the government, but there's like policies and whatever that they can put ahead, and they'll stop you. So like where I'm at this, like believe me, yes, I will be doing veteran audits and in mass at some point. Like where I'm at, no, I can't. I have to continue fighting this stuff and get those things removed, and show that these situations that they wrote up and the recording of the actual event and how off they are, and then get them removed. See that, and that's how they use the record against you, because they never took my. Then this is what they're supposed to do. If you have a behavioral report, they're supposed to call you, get your side right, what you said. So then there's two sides. In New York, they don't do that. They just keep that one side, and I don't get to say nothing. So
you can't do.
So the first person who reported me for my service animal, using my service animal as aggressively, because she was afraid of pit bulls.
What type? I was gonna ask what type of.
And I said, "Is it phobic?" And she goes, "No."
What
and
breed was your service though?
Pit bull.
What type of animal? What breed?
And I
Didn't
go,
he say he abused the animal? Why don't you ask them how did that happen? What type of abuse? Did you kick him? Did you hit him? Did you kill him? Did you?
You going there?
Are you talking
What type
about
of dog?
Are you talking about the dog
What
bite?
type of?
Yo, Eli, yo.
What type of?
Didn't you hear what he just said?
Yeah, bro. So if I speak, it's a problem. If I don't speak, it's a problem. Eli.
So it turned
Stop
out.
being a yes man.
Then she said she
Ain't
was.
nobody doing
Then she
nothing.
said she was allergic.
None of that shit.
And she's like, "Okay, I'm not allergic. I am afraid. No." I'm like, "Okay, but you're the only social worker here, so you have to do your job. All I want is a bag lunch. I know that dialysis has bag lunches. They don't have them in the emergency room or in homeless healthcare where they're supposed to." She goes, "Well, those are already assigned to the patients." And I go, "Ma'am, I just seen somebody in the elevator with 3 of them. So did he steal the other 2, or is he assigned 3, or are you a liar?" She goes, "Hold on." She goes, "Go wait over there. It was taking a little long." She's like, "I'll get you a bag lunch." I was taking a little long to get a bag lunch in like 15 minutes. I see her on the phone. I'm like, "Oh shit, she's calling the cops." So she hit the like
Red button.
the little red
Silent
button.
alarm.
Yeah.
But why? For what? Like
Because I just called her a liar, and I just caught her in discriminating against a disabled person, not wanting to serve them because she was scared of a pit bull. That doesn't work.
So she called.
She didn't have a legitimate reason not to serve me, and when I caught her in the lie, she's like, "Oh, I gotta cover my ass here."
She called the cops because she was threatened of a dog that wasn't really a threat, and she refused to give you food because of that. Instead of calling the cops, instead of giving you food, she called the cops.
Yes, and
That's crazy.
so the cops come, and I'm like, "This is all I want," and they're like, "They're not gonna give you." They try to go get one, and she refuses the cops.
how are you using the dog aggressively?
Yeah,
I wasn't. My dog was trained. If somebody even attacked me, she would go sit down. She had no aggression trained in her whatsoever. And I did that because if anybody ever hit my dog, I'd be afraid that I'd dissociate and do something worse. So I trained her to do that. So she was silent. You couldn't if you hit her, she would just go like this.
So did it ever attack anybody?
No, never.
So it was just there.
It was just a lie, and this is when the cop he told me he'd give me $20 if I didn't file this report on this social worker. Wouldn't give me her name. Still won't. Still
The cop would give you $20. The cop.
Yeah. He goes, "Consider this a donation," because he knows I'm homeless. Like, I'm gonna take the $20. You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna try and file.
He gave it to you, the $20.
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
And that's where it started. From that point, they knew I would report shit.
You were a threat.
So then
At that moment, you were a threat.
it just escalated, and they refused the bag lunch from the cop. The cop comes out, "They're not going to give you one." I took off my book bag. I get in the corner. I go, "You remember what I did at the entrance of the hospital that night?" It was the same guy, the same lieutenant. He's like,
Dino's telling me to tell you to go to bed. What should I do?
He's like, I was like, "So the same thing's gonna happen. You're gonna have to shoot me or get me a bag lunch." He's like,
Here we go again.
He gets me a bag lunch. But all that gets written up as I'm a crazy person. I'm disgruntled. I'm belligerent. I'm aggressive with my dog. They wrote their report. I was given $20 to not write my report. Do you know how many federal fucking crimes that is?
Yeah, that's a couple laws been broken right there.
Okay, last question. Are you seeking help or do you think you have all the answers? And we'll wrap it up with that one. The video, we're about to premiere a video. And tomorrow, my peeps, we have premieres on ZZTV, premieres on the main channel. We have movies like crazy. So I need you guys to stay tuned in and get notified on our main channels, because we got movies on play. Are you seeking help or do you think you have all the answers, sir?
That's not an either or, but I'll answer it like this. I don't know. I do not have all the answers, but I have more of the answers than the people who I'm seeking help from.
With that being said,
Hold on, let's deal with that statement a little bit. That's a deep. That's a deep one.
Deep?
When you have to fight through so many battles that you research it, and your life depends on it, different aspects of it, you remember it. These people, they're trained one time on policy, and then procedure is just what you do 90% of the day. If something is outside of that 90% of procedure, you don't know the policy that actually relates to it.
Just follow protocol and
so yes, the issues that I have more knowledge than the director of HUD. I'll challenge you. I'll challenge. Let's invite Jason. I will challenge Jason on the People's Podcast. People's Podcast to debate me on this issue that I deserve to have my voucher taken, and I don't have a legitimate reason for you to renew it. You've ignored 30 emails. You've gotten 30 departments to ignore 30 emails with every appeal, piece of evidence, and documented timestamp, and I can't even get a response. Maybe the people can help me get a response from you. You would be willing to do that? Have Jason on? Just me and him. You be the mediator. Let's start inviting government officials on the People's Podcast, people. Let's get them. We'll meet them in the streets.
You trying to set me up, bro? You trying to set me up?
Yeah, I'm trying to set you up for greatness. We have to challenge them where they're at, or we have to invite them to the challenge, but they can always ignore it.
Guys, I really hope that. Yo, let me change that. Come on. I really hope that you have vented enough, at least for today. That tomorrow you got plans. I hope that tomorrow you got plans to move forward, and keep in mind that we are here for you. You got friends here.
Thank you, Elon.
You have
that you're still here.
You have a platform that you can count on. You have an audience that you can count on.
I'm grateful that you're here today, that I was able to speak to you about religion, about faith, about everything that we spoke about today. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah.
And that Eli was here to help you.
Eli's a game changer.
And for any other issues, you already know, hit me up. Except if you're in a goddamn roof, do not call me, bro. My peeps, do not call me if you're on the roof, please. I'm out. I'm going to block him ASAP. My peeps, it's been a pleasure. Y'all already know. See you in the next one.
Shout out, you heard? Shout out to everybody watching.
Where's the entrance? The entrance. The entrance.
I don't know. Normal entrance, I don't know, but this is alright. Yeah, I just know how to come in here with us, you know, I don't know what the...
My name is Lieutenant Anderson. Who are you?
Were you back there with us? Were you back there with us or no?
Yes.
You was back there with us?
I'm asking you, who are you?
I'm a friend, a close friend.
Unless you're a relation, you know, you're not allowed. You're not a veteran.
Understood. Okay, thank you for letting me know. But bring the attitude down because he was about to go. And I was the one who saved him from the roof. So bring your attitude down,
sir,
and give me a better attitude. Okay, so let's see if it's here. We're at Belleville, so it's either here or at the VA hospital. They were supposed to bring him to the VA, but since we're still not sure, we're gonna find out here. Then if he's not here, then it's here. He's at the VA, which is just a couple of blocks down. You heard my peeps? All right.
When did he come in?
Probably 15, 20 minutes ago. If so, because they were confused if they were gonna bring him here or to the VA. So I'm trying to find out. If he's not here, then he's in the VA.
Last name is Lazy.
Lacy, Lacy, I think. No mount. Not here. Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry?
Thank you.
No problem.
Not here, my pig. So it looks like they took him to the VA hospital. Let's go to the VA. I don't know. That's probably them right there. That was probably them. I don't know. We're gonna find out now. We gotta ask them. Isn't that the boy that hated me? That's him? That's you? Stop playing with me, bro. What? That was the one running his mouth, right? Straight up and shiny, my boy. Let's see where the entrance is. Where's the entrance? The entrance. The entrance.
I don't know. The normal entrance, I don't know, but this is alright. Yeah, I just know how to come in here with us, I don't know what the...
Probably the other side, you think?
Knock on the window, they'll tell you.
They got a window there?
There's a door, double door.
ELY on YouTube, Eli. Yeah, ELY. What window? Oh, it's open. I got it. I'm not a car, bro. I just got head through the driveway. Oh, it's the window. Oh, it's up the driveway. That's why he said up the driveway, see? What do we got here? I gotta jump through here? That's the back door. Oh, Lord. Give me a second, guys. Now I gotta jump through here, see? Here. Lord. Spider and shit, you heard? Let's go check it out. Boss. Good? Yep. Wake up, my guy. Oh, y'all brought him here, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. So they brought him here. What's the emergency? Thank you.
How long you been working?
Yeah, he been rocking out for a minute, huh?
Eli.
What up, my guy?
You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. That's it. And once I'm done, I gotta go $49 for this. What is that? What is the word of the month?
They're from the same command.
No, they're all, I think, friends, right? Excuse me, if you are his friend, you can't just come into the ER. You gotta have to be securely checked before you can come to this facility. So I need you to exit and come back through the front.
Are you the sergeant?
Through the front.
Yeah,
he's in charge of this hospital.
Okay, no problem. Wake your security because he was sleeping. How about that? Your security is sleeping. That's why we're here, because he was snoring right there. So wake him up. We're gonna go around, all right?
All right.
We got him here sleeping for like 10 minutes. So wake him up. Yo, what up? I'm gonna go around. All right. You gotta wake up, man. All right. Stop sleeping. Stay alert, bro. Talk to your boy. Where's the end? We gotta go around the block? We don't know. 23rd, thank you. Jesus. All right, my baby, he's Gucci. He's in there. But can you see that, bro? Top flight security snoring. Huh? What type of security we got here taking care of our veterans, my peeps? Wow. Let's go around.
Lean down.
Sleeping, huh? Sleeping? Big mouth? You should have never fucking spoken to me. You heard? Milking the clock, that's what we're paying you for? Stop playing with me. You heard? That's the one trying to act tough. About to get smacked in front of the cops. That's the same one about to get smacked in front of the cops. Don't do it again in your life. You heard? Tough guy, huh, my peeps? Insanity. Okay, now we found the front, guys. Can you guys believe this, bro? Veterans Affair. Top flight security, sleeping. Huh? At the metal detector. Checkpoint. Wow. Huh?
So right there, who are you to the patient?
What?
Who are you in relation to the patient?
What was your name?
My name is Lieutenant Anderson. Who are you?
Were you back there with us? Were you back there with us or not?
Yes.
You was back there with us?
I'm asking you, who are you?
I'm a friend, a close friend.
Unless you're a relation, you know, you're not allowed. You're not a veteran.
Understood. Okay, thank you for letting me know. But bring the attitude down because he was about to go. And I was the one who saved him from the roof. So bring your attitude down,
sir,
and give me a better attitude.
Sir, I'm not giving you any attitude.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm not giving you an attitude at all.
It's a situation. I was the one who saved him.
Okay, well, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Okay,
all right, and now I'm making sure that he's okay.
Okay.
Well, so can you tell me he's okay?
He's okay.
That's all I needed to know.
He's okay.
Thank you. How long do you know about how long he's gonna be released?
That I don't know. That's up to the doctors.
Up to the doctors.
That's up to the doctors.
And your name was?
My name is Lieutenant Anderson.
Anderson. Your name was?
Fraser.
Fraser. A pleasure. Your name?
P.O. Sullivan.
Thank you very much. I just was very worried about my veteran friend.
Okay.
That he was about to commit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I went to the rooftop, negotiated with the cops.
Right.
And I made him come down, and thanks to me and my people watching here, he's here, alive.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you very much. So now that I know, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully he's okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Take
care.
Have a good evening. Okay?
All right. Veterans Affairs. You heard my plea. If you're not a veteran, you're not welcome. But we know that he's Gucci. Can you believe that? We was already all up in that, bro. You hear me, my baby? Well, you already know. We already know he's Gucci. They're going to evaluate him, give him some time. You know what I mean? And hopefully we'll be back tomorrow or wait for his phone call, guys. You heard? Because they're going to probably keep him there for a couple of hours. You know what I mean? 24 hours probably. Who knows?
But once again, yo, y'all need to stop the attitude, bro, and wake your security up. Stop playing with us. Yo, my peeps, I love you all.